Welcome, Warrior fans, to Paul L. Parker Field and Wes-Del High School for tonight's Varsity IHSA matchup, the Harvest Helmet Classic. The Wes-Del Warriors are hosting the Monroe Central Golden Bears. I am the superintendent. I am here with the coach, Coach Mack. Coach, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great. What a great night for football. Great night. We've been really lucky so far with the weather this year, but man, what another great night for football, and we're excited about it. Conference game, and we'll talk about that more in a minute, but we've got a conference and a sectional game here, opponent game, and just excited, and I'm feeling great and ready to watch a good football game.
Absolutely. So it is week 5 with Wes-Del hosting Monroe Central. As we talk about both teams and we start getting into the matchups here, we will talk about how if you look at the records on your screen right now at home, folks, the Golden Bears come into this matchup 2-1, while the Warriors come in at 1-4. So there was a loss of a couple games there for, and actually we should be, I think, 1-3. Isn't that correct?
Believe so.
Yes, 1-3.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of an issue there. We can correct that, but we are 1-3, I think, overall. And
no, you were correct. We don't have the try game.
We don't have the try
stats.
game on there. All
yes.
right.
Yeah.
Well, then we'll get to that. So we are correct.
Yeah.
At 1-4. Sorry about that, folks.
Hey,
that was
yourself.
my fault. I doubted myself
Don't
earlier.
doubt yourself.
So anyway, as we apologize if you can get some of the wonderful PA and some of the sound coming in. Coach, they've got an unbelievable system going tonight that's just really pumping out the sound.
I was going to mention that. If you hear any, we've got a new sound system tonight, and it is working really well. And
yes.
So they're testing right now. They're working on it, but the music has been unbelievably crisp, I'll say.
Like we're there.
Yes, almost like you're right in concert. Yeah. And the speakers are just outside of
It was Final Countdown, the last song there, and I felt like Europe was literally right in front of us.
Yeah, it was very, very loud and very crisp, and now they're testing the microphones, but it's it sounds really good, and it's a nice upgrade for the fans, and I think the visitors will get a nice benefit from that tonight.
Absolutely. Make sure they can hear it over there on the other side. Well, tonight's matchup, as we talked about, is a Harvest Helmet Classic. This began back, I believe, in 2011. Around in that time it was created. And the Wes-Del Warriors won the first 2 years, the 2011, 2012. And since then, Coach, we've not been able to bring the helmet back to Paul Parker Field and Wes-Del High School. So it's been over there with Monroe Central the rest of the time. As you mentioned, this is a Mid-Eastern Conference opponent. We've played 3 now in a row, I believe. Eastern Hancock, Shenandoah, and now Monroe Central. And it's also a sectional opponent, as you said. So you never know. We could see them again. And so what is it? Again, we've talked about this weeks before. But as a coach, what's it like knowing you're playing not only a conference opponent but a sectional opponent during the year?
Well, it means a little bit more when you're playing the conference. We talked about that before. And, the limited number of conference games that we actually have in football. This one would be a really nice one to get. It's close. It's a rivalry. It's always been a rivalry with us and in any sport. And so it would be nice to be able to pick this up. As far as sectional goes, that there's a chance you'll see each other again. So you want to see what you want to take away from this is some things that may work, some things that you see that you're going to be able to carry over or exploit if you play again. So it's an important game, and each team – I know that you necessarily wouldn't say that you don't want to show everything because it's just a game and you're going to go out there and play.
Right.
But what you do want to see is there something that we could find that works really well for us? And they're, on the other side, they're doing the same thing. What works for us? What can we exploit on the other team? And, what can we carry out into this? So you want to play well because you don't want to go into that sectional game without any kind of confidence with your players and teams. But as coaches, From my standpoint, when you're looking at it from coaches, we're looking at it, okay, what kind of adjustments can I make here or there, or this really worked well, let's continue that. So, yeah, both ways are important. The fact that it's conference and sectional makes it even more important and kind of even more special. And then throw in the fact that, like you talked about, we're playing for the Harvest helmet, and I know there would be nothing more exciting than those guys to be able to grab that and bring that back over to our side of the field.
Well, we talk about Monroe Central. Let's take a look at them. In week 1, Coach, they beat Wabash 29-14 in that game. And then in, I believe, week 2 there, and maybe it might have even been 2 and 3 if I think about it, they were quarantined. And they lost a couple of games there, which is why they have the 2-1 record. And their stats, when we break down their stats, are going to be a little bit deceiving compared to ours because they've played 2 less games than us. Week 3, then, they come back and they beat Northeastern 49-0. Really handled Northeastern very easily in that one. And then they just come off of a loss last week, I believe, to South Adams, if I'm correct. And that is a 31-14 loss. But South Adams is a very solid football program. We've had them on our schedule before. So are there some players to watch for out of Monroe Central? I know you've kind of looked at their stats and you've looked at them and you know them. So who are some of the guys we've really got to look for?
Well, when you talk about Monroe Central, you're going to talk about a few players that have actually played really well for them. Starting with Jackson Olm, he's passing at 166 yards a game. So, you look at that, you think, like you said, it can be a little deceiving because they've only played 3 games. But you still know that they're very capable of passing. Yeah. And if they're going to throw it, it looks like they're going to throw it to number 34, Joel Kennedy, who's averaging almost 100 yards rushing. And I know they throw it to him, too, out of the backfield. So, he's a good rusher. So you look at that, what it tells you is, and I talked to Coach Knuckles about this and Coach Early before the game, what it tells you is that they can do both. They can run, they can pass, and those are the teams that are a little dangerous.
And when we look at their team stats, you're exactly right because they're averaging almost 500 passing yards and 500 rushing yards. So it's a two-headed attack there. It's so you can't just key on one side. You can't key on the passing game. You can't key on the running game because they can get you either way.
Right.
And go ahead.
What I was going to say is one of the things that is nice for us, that if you want to take a positive out of this, is that they came off of a loss to South Adams, so we can see some things that didn't work well. Now, we know South Adams is really good. They're intersectional. They're a really good team, and I think they're ranked either first or second in 1A right now. So we know that they're a good program. We know that they're a quality team, but we can also look on film and see some things that we know are going to maybe cause them some problems. So we have to be able to to perform and execute those things, but at least we were able to see some things on film that maybe gave them problems.
And as we look and switch over to our home side of the ball here, Wes-Del, week 1 we had that our lone win so far. We beat Blackford here at home 28-23. Thought we looked really good in that game. Week 2 we had a loss there to Tri-Central. On the road, I think we lost 13-8 to Tri-Central. Then I believe we had the Eastern Hancock, week 3,
right,
and met a heck of a passer there in Houston Swan and lost 49-16 on the road. Then we came back. I think that was the homecoming game.
Right.
And that's the Tri game we were missing. And really, Tri played, and if you get the score, it looks like they really put it to us. But I think that might have been our worst game of the season so far.
My most disappointing game. Watching us, and I know talking to Coach Hess, that was his most disappointment of the year was the way we performed in the Tri game.
Yeah.
You go back and look at the Tri Central game; they're ranked now.
Yeah.
So we lost to them 13-8, and you go back and watch that film. We had a bunch of chances to win that game.
Yeah.
So that's a quality team that we played right there with. Blackford's won a couple games.
They have.
So
they're not a bad team either.
Right. It's and
then even if you look at last week,
right,
I felt like we played really well, and the score again doesn't indicate the type of game it was. We had good energy. The first play of the game, we threw an 11-yard pass right there from Harlan to I believe it was Will Kelly Nate Steele, and we had things moving. We really shot ourselves in the foot with the turnovers.
Yeah, and you take those 4 turnovers away, and boy, I'd like to see what kind of difference that made in that game. We gave them some short field here and there, but I agree with you on that. I didn't think overall we played awful, and I thought our energy was better for the score to look like that and still have good energy, and really understand that we didn't play as bad as that score indicates. And sometimes people will say that, and as a coach, I sometimes wonder, do we really mean that, or do announcers really mean that? In that case, I did.
Yeah.
And I know that we both felt like we played better than that score indicates.
So as we're looking at our team, we've got some players to watch, and I know you've got one in particular that you just mentioned to me about, and we've got a graphic here on the screen. But our running back, Will Kelly, he's really at a really big moment in his career that could happen tonight. So what is that, Coach?
Well, he's closing in on 1,000 yards rushing, and he's only a junior. So, That's really an excitement in the air tonight. I think our guys know it. They want to block up front well for him. They want to get him there. It's not one of those things that is not the most important part of the game, and Will would say that too, but it's also a nice accomplishment. 1,000 yards, especially as a junior.
Right.
So you get to that 1,000-yard rushing, and he's at, I think you have
976. He's got
162
attempts. He's got 976 yards, 6 touchdowns on the career so far. A wonderful career for number 5, Will Kelly. And we will definitely be keeping track of his carries. And it won't be official from us, but I know you'll be on it,
right,
making sure that if he gets 25 yards, he's got the 24 to 1,000, 25, he breaks it.
We've got several people that have told me they're going to let me know when he officially gets that. So
yes,
we'll see if we can pass that along.
So we're going to take a quick break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network as we have the national anthem. So we'll be right back with you on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back here after the national anthem. And Coach gives us a great opportunity to get right into the Townsend Tale of the Tape, sponsored by the Townsend Corporation. And as we look here and we get the Tale of the Tape, Coach, it looks like as you're coming into this, total yards right now for Monroe Central. Again, we're talking about it's not apples to apples because they haven't played as many games as us, but they're running a total offense at just over 1,000 yards, about 1,045. We've got 1,277 total yards. Their passing yards are at 502. We're at 599. Their rushing yards are at 543. We're at 678. Touchdown-wise, it's a 13-10 difference with Monroe Central leading that in 13-10. Points per game, they're averaging 30.7. We are averaging 14.8. And on the turnovers, which I think might be the key stat tonight, they have had 3 turnovers in their 3 games, and we have had 14 in our 5 games at this point, and that's a big stat. So those are the Townsend Tale of the Tape. Coach, what does that tell you?
Well, it tells me we better take care of the ball, and it tells me that they're an offense that can move the ball with 2 less games. They're right there with us stat-wise. So, again, like you said, it's not necessarily an even comparison, but we'll see. It's going to happen tonight on the field. So we can throw those stats up there, and they're great to compare. But what's going to happen here in a few minutes is we're going to see what happens on the field.
And that leads us to the last point here in the pregame, and that is the Star Financial Coach Max keys to the game. So, Coach, the number 1 key for you is what?
Well, we have to take care of the football. You just said 14 turnovers. That's way too many. We cannot turn the ball over. Against good teams, you can't turn it over. We talk about it all the time. We want to take care of it. It's very important that we do that.
What's that second key that you have there?
Well, we need to limit their time of possession, so that means we need to keep the ball as much as possible. They have had the ball quite a bit in their games, and we want to make sure that we have the ball more, so we want to continue to keep getting first downs. We want to make long drives. We want to make their defense have to stay on the field.
And I know the last one's something you talk about every single practice in the winter in basketball. You talk to it about your players every day, and you bring it here also. What's that last key for our boys?
Well, it's got to be the energy. We have to have better energy. I watched our guys practice a little bit this week, and I saw coaches with all kinds of energy, which spilled over to our players with a lot of energy. So they've got to bring that tonight. No matter what's happening in the game, we have to continue to bring energy, and I think it's so important. And that's a role that any kid on the team can play. Let's help us bring energy, and if you're not out there playing, you could be the guy that brings it. Don't make the coaches have to do all that. Let's get some players to do that. Let's play well. Let's play with energy, and all those things happen. Then, usually good things happen for the team.
Well, Coach, that leads us into game time, and we are right there getting ready to get things rolling with the kickoff. And I did notice something. I think we won another coin toss.
I was just getting ready to mention that. We won the coin toss. We have not lost the coin toss yet this year.
Well, that is fantastic. And you like to make sure Hess knows that, and you tell all the fans that at home to make sure that we know.
I stood right there waiting for him because I wanted to. And that's to the point now for me. I'm enjoying the fact that we keep winning the coin toss. I mean, statistics would show that shouldn't happen this many times. But we keep doing it. And I wasn't great in math, but I think that – I think that there's a 50-50 chance, and it keeps going our way. So I keep saying I've got to give Coach Hess some money to buy me a lottery ticket.
Absolutely. So we're getting ready here. Monroe Central's coming out onto the field to kick off to the Wes-Del Warriors here in the Harvest Helmet Classic, the annual Harvest Helmet Classic, and trying to see if maybe we can bring that helmet back here to Wes-Del and Paul Parker Field. Beautiful night, as Coach has mentioned, and I was a little worried when I got up this morning. You got ready, went outside. It was pretty cool. I thought, well, it might be a little chilly today, but it's turned out to be a beautiful day.
No, it couldn't be nicer.
And we are away here, and the ball is deep and coming to us. Nice move.
Nice return.
Nice pickup there.
Nate Steele on the return. Nice return. He's going to get that back right about to the 45-yard line. So what a nice way. Nate got good momentum. If you watch him catch that and run right up the field, went north and south, didn't slow down, didn't try to make any moves. He just went right behind a couple of our blockers and went as far as he could, right up the field. That's the way you want to see a kickoff return. So great fielding position.
And we are underway in great fielding position as the Warriors and the Bears get set. In the backfield, Harlan now looking for the signal. Kelly in motion. I believe Nate Steele in motion also. Now it's the Beast backfield. Snaps away. Harlan keeps it himself. He's up over about 2 or 3 yards there on that first carry.
Yeah, I'd say he picked up about 4 on that. And, hey, we'll take that all first down. Like Coach Nuck said, we want positive yardage on first down. We don't want to go backwards. No silly penalties. Let's move forward on those, especially first down plays. Give us ourselves a little shorter field. So they're actually calling it a pickup of 5.
That's a good pickup there then. Harlan now waits the snap. It's away. Again, it's to Harlan. I believe he keeps it himself. Maybe up over close to a first down.
It's like they're going to mark him maybe a yard and a half short.
Gain of 3. I do believe they are going to be a yard short, Coach.
That's one of those great calls by Coach Nuck. Worked on first down. Let's try it again on second.
Absolutely. Good call. Field looks good tonight.
Does
the
look
whole
good.
place looks good.
Looks great. Shout out to our maintenance guys. Looks great tonight.
And kept again on a keeper by Harlan. He's across for the first down. So that's
hey, don't if it ain't broke, don't fix.
Don't change a thing right now. It seems to be working well. So
we said, what did we say? We want time of possession. We're running the clock, all running plays, so the clock's running. We keep their offense off the field, and we are able to pick up the first down right there. So now they're going to have to decide how they're going to adjust to this. I would stay in that same formation and just see what they do to adjust. What that's going to do is allow one of these guys to sneak out here in a second for a little screen pass or something slant over the middle.
And once again,
how's a fake direct snap? Eric Harlan slid out. It's hard to see their numbers.
Right.
Eric slid out on that out of that same formation, and we didn't get a whole lot, but actually more than I thought we got there.
I tell you what, we're moving the ball. I mean, whatever this, and honestly, I don't think Monroe Central expected this.
No, and I don't think they expected us to just run, and we're in the same formation, and I like that play call because it looked like exactly the same thing we were going to do. Direct snap to one of the running backs and just ran it right up the middle.
And here we are again in that same beast formation. Snaps away. Straight to him. And now we're pushing up even more forward.
2 in a row, direct snaps to we used to call, well, that's in the beast formation, but in the old days, I guess they would call that kind of a wildcat where you don't snap it to your quarterback, you go right to the running back.
So that was direct snap to Will Kelly there, Coach. And look at this, he's picked up, we're probably 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
Yeah. So now this gives you a lot of options. So they've got to decide, are we going to snap it right to Will or Eric's? What are we going to do here?
And it is to Harlan. Harlan to the far side, steps back to throw.
Oh, he's open.
He's got a pass over the top, and it's knocked down.
Boy, he missed.
So it will be 4th down, but here we are across the 50, and you've got to wonder, do we go for it? Do we or do we do a little pooch kick over here?
We'll see. I mean, that's the nice thing that we run out of this formation is that sometimes we just kick it and we don't let them know. Boy, Eric, if he goes back and watches on film, I know it's easy to say from
a little
up
deeper.
Here.
Who was deeper?
We had Carlos Artiega just past the 30-yard line. They slid out, but it happened late, but he was wide open.
It's hard to see, though. It's easy for us to say that. Hard to see when you're –
Yeah, it's real easy up here.
Yeah. Harlan trying to hard count, it looks like, on Monroe Central. Now he shifts the offense, snaps away.
And we're going to go for it.
Pressure coming. Harlan moves, lets it go.
Oh, he caught it. Now where are they going to mark it? That's the key.
He's right at that. He is right at the 1st down line. And that's real close if you're at home.
They're going to have to measure, I would think. I don't know. It's taking that Whitehead a little while to get there. He's going to eye it up.
And I'd give anything he gives it to us. Just give it to us.
Nope. He's saying we're short.
He's not even going to measure.
Yeah. Coach Hess is asking, hey, can we get a measurement here? I don't blame him.
Yeah, can we at
First
least
of all,
get a measurement?
I didn't think that was a great spot myself, but
that was an interesting call there. On a
boy, that's close to not measure it. I don't. Maybe it doesn't look as close when you're right there on the line. Boy,
we do.
Sure
our camera angle.
Coach Hess is asking for it. I agree with him, Coach.
Yeah.
Why can't we get a measurement?
Oh, and I hate when an official laughs. I'm sorry. I hate when they laugh at you. I think it's. I don't think he meant to laugh at him. I think it's just.
Well, Coach might have said something funny.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm sure all the folks at home can imagine how funny it was. So here's Monroe Central,
fumble.
And there's a fumble. Ball's back, and that is a miscue right off the bat. So I like where we're at right now, and I like the fact that a little miscue already from Central, and maybe we can take advantage and stay on this. So now they're backed up, Coach. Are they on the 15-yard line?
Boy, looks like 15. So they're calling it the 16 exactly. See what they the official measurement on.
Well, they're going to have, I'd say, at least 2nd and 20, if not more. That was a heck of a snap by the quarterback. That is Ullum, the quarterback. He's out to the outside here, looking for some room there. He's got a lot of blockers now. He's gone to the other side of the field, so he went. So a total run there was probably about 30 yards, but most of it was east to west and not north to south.
Looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage. Well, no, they're calling it short of that. It's going to be about 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12. We'd really like to get him off the field here.
So it's hard to read the numbers when I love these uniforms, but I will say that it's hard to read the numbers at this time of night. We're not quite to that perfect time of night you love, but we'll get there. And it'll get a lot easier to read numbers, so we apologize. Is there a timeout?
Looks like we've called a timeout.
I believe timeout, Wes-Del.
I think Coach understands that this is a nice chance for us to get off the, get the offense off the field for Monroe Central and get the ball back. So I think this is a big play for him. We'd really like to, and we know that they can do both, run or throw. So we want to make sure that we get good coverage. And I think that's what Coach is calling the timeout here for.
Well, as you can hear in the background, folks, we've got the Warrior pride of the marching pride of the MEC back in the stands. They were the last couple of games at home. They were over there in the far side. And Dr. Driscoll said, I want them back up there with the student section, and I think it's a good move. They're still socially distanced. They've still got the masks. They've got all that going on. And it's nice to hear a high school band at a high school event.
Yeah, sounds great. And they've sounded great on the national anthem. And, he does a great job with the band. I'm glad to have him back over here, too.
Yeah, and I'm glad it's not the PA system. The PA system blew our eardrums out earlier. So here we go. We are at, I believe, is it 3rd and I'm going to say 13.
Yeah.
And it's away to Ullum. Ullum dropping back, and that's going to be a deep pass.
Where are we?
And that's a heck of a catch, and that is that number 3 that you mentioned earlier, Coach. Who is that? I can't remember. Is that Jones?
Yeah, that's Luke Jones. He's only a sophomore. He did, if you remember last year's game, he caught several passes as a freshman, which is hard to find a way to contribute as a freshman. But we allowed the receiver to get behind us on that one and just couldn't catch up. And that was a nice play. He just kind of threw it up there. I don't know if he could throw it any further. He threw it up there and
everything
let the receiver go get it.
Huge pickup for Monroe Central, and big momentum shift for them as they move on to the other side of the 50-yard line. Here it is again. Now Allum running out to the far side. Down the sideline, he is knocked out of bounds. I think he picked up maybe about 4, actually he might have got 6 or 7 out of that run.
Yeah, he looked like it was going to be a pitch play. Either way, he had the option there. He kept it, and that was the smart play for him to keep it because we had strung that out far enough that I really kind of wish he would have pitched it because I think it would have worked out a little better for us. But, we need to come up with a stop here.
Monroe Central getting set. So we've seen some run, we've seen some pass. As we said, they're a pretty even team. And here's a little pitch back in pursuit coming our side here. Nice block up, sheds a tackler. That is Jones, I believe, still moving on his feet and over across, I think, the 20-yard line. But we do have a penalty flag. I think that's going to be a hold.
It looked like it was either a legal block in the back or a holding. So right in that area. And, again, we talk about this as coaches. That drives you nuts because I don't know that the guy made a block that would have made a difference. Yeah, it's an illegal block.
Illegal block. Coach, you had it. Never cease to amaze me. You should be a football official.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to wear those stripes.
I don't blame you. So that will move the Golden Bears back a bit here. And they're already out of the huddle, and now they're like, wait a minute. Got to step back. So 43-yard line as the voice of the Warriors, Charlie Sims, lets us know here on the PA system. And Monroe Central now second and about 12, maybe 13.
Like to get a stop here. They've shown that they can do both, so we're going to have to be ready for the pass. It looks like they're in shotgun. They're going to pass it here. Oh, make a tackle.
And a nice coverage, nice tackle. Incomplete pass there. And now it's going to be third down for the Golden Bears.
That was Cameron Buckner in coverage there. He did a nice job. Got there right as the ball was there. Didn't make contact before to make sure he didn't get the passing interference play, but did a nice job. Now, we've had them backed up in long third downs, which is what you want as a coach. So we got to hold them here.
And here they go. Allum awaiting the snap. Ball is away. Allum looks to pass. He's out here to the bottom side. Missed tackle there. Finally wrapped up and out of bounds there. And I think that might have been Nate Steele and A.J. Nauman.
Yeah, that was thrown to his brother, Josiah Allum, who's only a sophomore. They've got some good young talent that are involved in their offense. So here we go, fourth down and about 6. They last few plays have gone empty backfield here.
Warrior fans, whatever your superstition is at home on fourth down, get it going. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. Let's see if we can get a stop here. And the ball is away. Pass play, being pressured out of the pocket. Nice stop. An excellent stop by the Warrior defense, and a big one there. And that was number 31. Is that Jesus?
That was Carlos
Artiega.
I think Mason Cox was in there. We had several guys. Once we got back there, our coverage did a nice job there, allowing our line to get through and push through. And, that was a great stop right there. Man, that was just what we needed. A little bit of confidence. Played well. I was worried about Olam running that one right up the middle.
I saw that, yes.
Eric Pettis, our middle linebacker, stayed at home, so that wasn't open. And nice stop.
Excellent stop there by the Warrior defense, and now the offense will take over. Snaps away to Harlan. Harlan looks to pass. Now he moves out and rolls to his side. Now he's on the move.
Oh, fumble.
And there is a fumble.
And they pick
a pickup there by Monroe Central. So as we mentioned, the key to the game, take care of the football, and a great defensive stop, and then we turn it right back over. And now we're just going to have to put together another stop.
That's number 34, Joel Kennedy.
And is he leading them in tackles?
I looked at that, and no, they're actually led by Mitchell Moles, but I know he's
He's up
somebody
there.
on their defense that makes a lot of plays for them. So here we are, right back at it. We got to go right back.
So there's a stoppage in play here, and it is another timeout here by Wes-Del. And as they take a timeout, Coach, let's take a quick one ourselves on an audio break, and we'll be right back on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back here at Paul Parker Field. Just under 7 minutes, 6:59 here, and the Warriors take their second timeout as they come back out on the field. And if you're just getting tuned in here, folks, a great first possession offensively for the Warriors. Could not quite get it done on the score and get in, and then turnover on downs led to a somewhat good drive, with good pass play by Jackson Ullum, and then a fantastic defensive stop by the Warriors, and then we fumbled. And, Coach, turnovers are going to be the key.
Yeah, turnovers are a key. We mentioned that every game. So now we've got to get one. It'd be nice to get one back ourselves. You always want to even that up and try to win the turnover battle.
And here we go, and we have
a false start here.
A false start, I'm almost certain. But I don't see a flag.
Oh, they didn't have the play clock.
They're resetting the play clock, so that's exactly what it is. And here we go, and now in motion, the ball's away. And ball is up the middle.
Got another flag on the play.
And there is a flag down.
That was a direct snap that time to the running back. Take a little page out of our book. Coach Hostetler's stealing from us over there.
He is.
That was Gavin Smithson.
And the call here looks like false start. So they didn't get the false start before, and we thought they did. Now they got it on the second one. The first one was just a reset of the play clock. This was an actual false start. Anyway, it's going to back up the Golden Bears, and we'll take it. I really like the way we've played so far. I really like the way we've come out of the gates on this game, and I think the Warrior fans have to say so too, other than the turnover.
Right.
And up the middle.
A handoff again. Looked like 34 maybe for them, Kennedy.
And I think he's made it back up to the original line of scrimmage.
Yep.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10.
That was just right up the gut. They picked up 5 yards, but, gang tackled there by us.
And here we go. Monroe Central.
Ooh,
now nice little misdirection handoff there.
Yeah.
He's got room, and he cuts out to the outside. Another nice juke move, and that may be it. And it is. It's a touchdown for Monroe Central.
That's Luke Jones.
Luke Jones with the touchdown, and that is the first score of the game, and Monroe Central's up 6-0.
He's actually a receiver, went in motion, and they handed it off to the running back, and then kind of pitched it to him or handed it off to the receiver as he was in motion. Nice design, and to his credit, it was a nice cut up field. That was the open spot.
And they will be kicking here, and the kick's away, and it is good. So it's now 7-0 with 6:02 left in the first quarter here at Paul Parker Field. The Monroe Central Golden Bears lead 7-0. We will be back with you in 30 seconds on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And welcome back, Warrior fans, as we are getting ready to receive the kickoff here after the Monroe Central score. 7-0, 6:02 left, and Coach, we've got to answer it. We've said that every game, but we've got to answer. It seems like we always are, the other team is scoring first, and we've got to answer, and right now I think we can.
Yep, let's see if we can get another nice return here off the kickoff. We did last time.
That kick is away. And a nice return. Needs some good blocking. And there is a flag on the play, I believe.
Yeah, we'll see what they called there. I think they may get us for a hold there, but we'll see.
So the penalty flag, we'll see what the officials discuss and they come up with here. They don't know, they'll make it up. And it looks like it will be a hold.
Yeah, I saw that right there in front of the play, and, you've said this before, but they call holding on every play. It was one of those that I don't know if the kid could have made a tackle. I don't know if we were holding him, but Coach doesn't seem to be arguing with it a whole lot. So, just back us up a little bit, and
when it happens,
start back there. So
when it happens right in front of you, sometimes you see it and you there's nothing you can do about it.
The coach is asking the official about it, and seems like he's okay with it.
Pretty calm.
Yep.
1st and 10, they have on the board the 29-yard line. So Wes-Del will get started right there, and we'll see if we can get things going. Another heavy beast backfield, as they call it, and it's a snap to Harlan. Harlan again doing much of the same that time, maybe about 3 yards on the carry. But that is, again, a steady diet of direct snaps or the snap to the quarterback, either one, and right up the middle. So I agree with you, Coach. I like it. It's aggressive, right up the gut, smash mouth football.
Well, we've seen something on film, obviously, we like there. So we're going to continue that until they figure out how to stop it.
And we are offsides on that one, I believe.
That's Cameron Buckner just leaving a little quick.
So that will set us back a little bit, Warrior fans.
We've talked about how good Eric's hard count was. He got his own guy on that one.
He did. He did.
He does have a good hard count.
So it will be 2nd down and 12. 5:25 on the clock here in the first quarter.
Looks like we're going to go a little spread formation here.
It is much different than what we've seen so far. So Coach Knuckles mixing it up a bit.
Eric tried to keep it still.
And that didn't go anywhere.
I think they thought maybe to spread him out a little bit and see if we can sneak one. Eric sneak and get him in space. He's such a good athlete. If we can get him in space and let him make some moves there. I think he had the option to hand it off and decided to keep it right there. And again, that may be a play that's setting up another play. But we'll see down the road if we go back to that formation.
And here we go. It is 3rd down, 3rd and they've got 15 on the board. That's not 3rd and 15.
3rd and 12. It's like we're in the same formation. So.
And that is a handoff there, and maybe 2 on the carry, but nothing to get us out of danger. So it'll be 4th down, and I would assume we'll be kicking.
Yeah, I would think
at
we're
this
going to kick
position
on this one.
So up front, it's a battle. And right now, on this possession, we couldn't find the holes. And we'll be kicking it away to the Golden Bears. And that one is away.
Oh, it's blocked.
Ball is blocked.
Oh, fumble.
And it's fumbled, and I think we recovered.
I don't know if they'll call that a change of possession, though.
Does he? Yeah, I don't know that does anything, does it?
They're talking about it right here. Did he have it long enough to be a possession?
I'm going to bet right now they're going to say no.
I'm going to guess no, too, and I don't know that I would disagree as much as I want us to have it here. But he did take 3 or 4 steps, so we're going to get everybody's going to get in on this one.
Well, if they'd like us to go ahead and give them the replay, they could get under the headset, and we'll show it to them.
We could just tell them what we saw.
Yeah. And I could have captured that replay, but I didn't get down there in time to get that button. So I'm more concerned with what these officials are going to come up with. And it's a tough one.
What are you going to say? Our ball. Hey,
they gave it to us.
Give it.
So a break there. I'll take it.
And I'm looking at Monroe Central's coaches, and they aren't agreeing.
No.
I don't
Steller
blame him.
Does not agree with that. No, I'd be arguing it if I was on that side too. Tough to establish whether there was possession there or not, but we'll take it.
Here's the thing with football. You always have an official to get in their ear right there, or at least ask them, or try to make friends with.
Yeah.
But either way, what a break. There's our turnover. We talked about we needed one.
We needed one. We got it.
So it backed us up a little bit, but we got the ball back. So that's obviously a positive. Let's make something happen here. Going back to that beast formation now on the other side.
And again, direct snap right up the middle. A little bit more on that one. Maybe 6 yards on that.
7 yards.
Again, I think it goes to the keys of the game.
That was Will.
You talked about time of possession, and I feel like they're working on that. Also, perhaps they've worked on something this week, and they like how clean maybe it is with our handoffs going this direction on the direct snap instead of some of the option plays. That's where we had a lot of our fumbles, was on pitch.
Right, yeah. If you direct snap it, that guy's – and we're doing it again here.
Yep. And up through the middle, and
that may be a first down.
That's pretty darn close. They're saying there's a fumble and a ball loose. And I didn't see the ball come out.
Let's see. They're not waving their hands like it is, and I didn't see a beanbag come out.
Monroe Central sure wanted it, but I didn't see a ball come out at all. It'd be shocking if they reversed it here.
And we're going to talk again.
And they're talking about it, but Coach,
they're checking.
They're I think they've got to give it to us. I did not see the ball come out. There we go. First down.
Wells getting close. I know he's getting close. Every carry he's getting a little bit closer.
Yeah, it's not one where we know that he's definitely getting it, but he's had to have picked up about 10 yards at this point.
Looks like Eric's going to slide out for a
sliding
pass.
Out. He's got the pass just a little high. That was intended for. Is that Jesus or Carlos?
I can't see his number. I think it was Carlos.
I think it is too.
Result of the play brings up 2nd and 10 for Wes-Del.
Was glad to see Harrison Pittsford after that getting hurt last week and having to sit out after that first play of the game. Glad to see he was back and able to play tonight.
Did you find out? I know you were at school. Did you find out what exactly happened to him?
Yeah, something happened to his hand. Obviously, that's not a real insight right there because we knew that yesterday.
We kind of saw that on the film.
But, a little bit of a hand injury and wasn't able to come back in.
Another snap there and over across. I believe that was Harlan again. So, folks are seeing a lot of the same thing. It's
hey, that's okay. It's all right with me. Another thing I see Tony Cox down there. Speaking of guys, speaking of people that are getting us ready and getting our kids ready to play. He's had to work some magic this week. We've had some guys beat up.
We have.
I see Joel Dowling's in uniform. I'm not sure if he's able to go or not, but I know he wanted to at least get in uniform tonight.
Well, that's a big step after about 3 weeks of not being in uniform.
Yeah, I think he's getting close.
Snaps away. That is to Will Kelly, I believe.
Yep. He's pushing.
And a couple of yards there. So, unofficially, folks, we probably got him at about 13, 14 yards.
Decision time here, fourth and about 4. We'll see. I almost think the game is close to yard. A short field like this, probably punt it. Unless we see something. The nice thing is we line up this way, and if we see something we like, we can go for it. We've seen that happen several times this year where you and I thought they were going to punt, and they've actually gone for it.
Yep.
So we've got guys in motion. Let's see. Maybe trying to get the hard
count.
See if he backs up here and then punts it. If he punts it from that close, it's going to be a quick one.
Handoff there.
Go. Push. Boy, that's going to be.
Looks like they might have marked it. I think they've marked it as a first down.
That's just hard-nosed running right there.
Was that Will Kelly with the carry?
I think so.
And that had to be about a yard more. I'm going to put him unofficially at about 10 yards to go, and I think he'll have it. 1,000. We'll say if he gets it 10 yards, we're going to celebrate it here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. But
I've got a couple of people I think are supposed to call me when he officially gets it, and so I may have to take my headset off for a second. But
for some of those at home, this is some old school smash mouth football.
We're just running.
We're keeping it in between the lines there, and we're just going at each other.
Not really how we've played a lot of this year, but it's allowing us to keep the ball out of their hands. You've seen what they can do.
I agree with it. When
like
they're
it.
averaging 30 points a game, and right now we've got them at 7-0, and it's almost the end of the first quarter, about 40 seconds to go. So,
well, one of our star financial keys of the game was limit their time of possession. So far we've been able to do that.
Yep. And Harlan back there once again. This will probably be the final play of the quarter. He is to the far side. He's got some room. Again, up over, and I am impressed with it. It may be 2 or 3 yards, folks, but it is still impressive that we are going forward, not backwards on anything right now. We are moving forward. Now we're at 3rd and maybe 3.
Credit to our guys up front, our guys that are up there blocking on every play. Bartram, we've got Xavier Snyder at center, Anthony Deep. We've got I don't know who, I think the other one out there may be Mason Cox. It's hard to see those numbers, so if we miss somebody, I apologize. I think Mason is the outside guy there.
And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. After 1 here at Paul L. Parker Field, it is Monroe Central 7, Wes-Del 0. We will be back with you shortly on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And welcome back, Warrior fans. We are getting ready to start this second quarter here. And coaches had to leave just for a short time, so you've got just me at the time. And there is a snap, mishandled a little bit by Harlan, and was a high snap, but he was able to miraculously actually just get his hand up there, knock that down, and make something out of it. So it's going to be 4th down and about 3 yards on the 37-yard line. So after 1, 7-0, Monroe Central. But I would say we would take that with them averaging nearly 30 points. There's Coach. He's back now. So we had what you missed there, Coach, is we had a snap that almost went over his head. And he had to knock it down with one hand and then not much out of it. So now the kick's away.
Nice kick.
And that ball is
keep going,
bouncing down. Nice kick to about the 15-yard line, where it will be downed by the Warriors. So,
we got that fumble that we recovered back on our 10. We were able to hold the ball. We were able to get off of that inline. We were able to change the field right here with the kick and give ourselves a lot better chance. That was a great punt by Eric Harlan.
And here we go. Another good stop by our Warrior defense would be fantastic. And it really would be nice to see if maybe we could cause another miscue for the Golden Bears and get a football back here in our territory. As you've heard, they can throw it, they can run it. They're about even yard-wise in both categories. So here is Allum giving the handoff, and it is up. And I'd say he's probably across about 7 yards there, so it will be 2nd down and about 3.
Yeah, a little shovel pass right there. They'll go down for passing yards, which is that little forward shovel pass. But nice pickup there for them on. Yeah, we haven't seen that play yet, so now we've got to make sure that we keep our eyes out for that when they go in motion.
And again, we did have the big first possession pass play by Allum, so we know he has the arm to do it. And we know we've got some receivers out there. So here comes Allum our way. Nice block. He's got a hole. Makes a nice move, but an excellent tackle there in space by, I'm looking for the number.
I think that was Eric Harlan.
Eric Harlan.
Tackle.
Made a great tackle there.
Yeah, and that was a designed run all the whole way. It may have looked like they lined up, like it might be a pass, but you could see those receivers going to block. You know, they were blocking right away. So it was a designed run, and they were able to pick up first down.
And 1st and 10 it is for Monroe Central on the 32-yard line here in the second quarter. And it is just at 10 minutes left in the first half. The Bears set. And we have, I believe, a penalty flag from the back far side here. And we're going to find out
delay
exactly.
Delay of game, I'm thinking. I don't think they may not have gotten that play off.
And it was a delay of game.
5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty to the Golden Bears, and they will move it back just a little bit there.
Looks like, you know, our guys in the back here kind of directing traffic a little bit. Eric, looks like I think that's Will Kelly also back here in the back directing traffic, trying to get everybody in the right spots.
And the ball's away here. Direct snap coming. And finally finished off there right about the 35-yard line.
Like maybe Eric Pettis on that tackle.
So they bring it up over the original line of scrimmage now after the penalty, and it's going to be about 2nd down and 6. And
boy, they've tried a little bit of everything. I mean, they've given us the option. They've given us a shovel pass, given us a long pass. They've given us some misdirection, some direct snaps. They've run a little bit of everything on us. So, you know, I think we've, you know, kind of seen what they can do. It's assignment football at this point.
And it is going to be Allum who hangs on, and he's tackled immediately there as he tries to get up maybe a yard out of the play at best, and it'll be 3rd and 5.
Need a big stop here.
So again, I agree with you, Coach. They have shown us just about everything they've got, I would think, hoping they have. And we've maybe bent a little bit, but I don't think we've really broke.
Yeah, other than that really long pass play, I think that we've done a decent job. You know, it's football. You're going to give up some plays. You're going to give up some yardage, but got to hold your own here.
And here's Allum waiting on the snap. It is away. Pass play out to the outside, and it's a first down before he's met by several Warriors who finally bring him down across there. It looks like the 46. He was open right there, found a seam, and Allum hit him.
Yeah, we gave him too much room on that pattern. He ran right, you know, a yard past the sticks. Great route. Hit him right in that was the quarterback. Allum was looking right that direction. And we just gave a little bit too much room on that one. I'd like to see us close in on that one. Nice tackle after we made it, but gave it up too quick.
And on the 46, it is first down, and here come and he's got plenty of space. He's trying to break it out to the outside. He makes a cut. He's making a move, and he makes another move, and now he's open, and it will be a Monroe Central score by number 4, and that is Josiah Allum.
That's Allum, yeah.
And so Jackson and Josiah taking care of things here for Monroe Central.
Well, I'm sorry, I was looking. We had a guy down, and I was trying to check, make sure he was okay.
That's all right. Guys. I can reach across you and get the roster.
Yeah, hey, and that's that was Cameron Buckner. He was able to bounce up, but
so once Josiah Allum got in some space there, he did make a really nice cut right about the 25-yard line, and made a guy miss, and then it really was in from there. And here's the kick, and it is good, and that will make it 14-0. Monroe Central here at Paul Parker Field. As we reset things, get ready for the kickoff, we're going to take a quick break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back here at Paul Parker Field, Wes-Del High School for the receiving end of things for the Warriors after the second score by Monroe Central was Josiah Ullum with a pretty good run there.
Sorry to get back with you a little late there. I was doing the Warrior Rumble with the girls.
I noticed
know
that.
You saw that. I was doing the Warrior
The old
Rumble.
Warrior Rumble. Everybody does the Warrior Rumble.
I felt like I needed to. They said everybody does it, so I
Yeah.
felt like I should.
And you're coachable. So here's the kickoff. It will go off to the Warriors here, and it is down to
That's Harrison
Pittsford there. Sorry, the camera work was a little slow.
Well, it's just hard to see those numbers. But Harrison, again, ran right upfield, so 32-yard line looks like was where we'll start. Let's see if we can get something moving. Boy, I hate to say this. Feel like we say it every week. We have not played that bad.
No.
2 big plays that we've given up, and one that led to a score right there at the end.
You're absolutely right,
We didn't tackle
Coach.
well. We needed to pursue tackle better on that one. But you see, they were doing the same thing with Ulm that we wanted to do with Eric and get him in space.
Yes.
And boy, that's why they've done a couple of those misdirection plays. You can see what he can do when he gets in space.
And, Coach, a different formation now, just one back in the backfield behind Harlan. We're out of that beast formation here on this first snap of the possession. It is handed off. That is Kelly, I believe.
Same idea, though, right up the middle.
And maybe –
except 2, maybe
2 yards there on the carry. So he's closing in. He's got to be about 7 or 8 yards away from 1,000. And as a junior, that's a pretty big milestone.
Well, that means you've played a lot of football. That means you probably played some as a freshman, which we know he did.
Yeah.
So he's played a lot of football and been successful at it.
Yep. In motion now is Nauman. And it's handed off again to Will Kelly, and he is met right there by
maybe a yard. Looks like they're giving him some forward progress there. Get about another yard.
Now, Coach, how much is this going to wear and tear on that offensive line if every snap is that run up the middle? Is that going to cause to be any different than a pass play or something, or is it just football?
No, I think maybe that's where we feel our strength is tonight. Then maybe we feel like watching on film that we'll wear them down. So I'd like to think that's what Coach is thinking, that at some point we're going to wear that front line down.
3rd and 7 in motion now. And it looks like we're going to look at a pass play, but he is trying to get out of it. He's sacked in the backfield by Monroe Central. And very happy number 8 for Monroe Central. I don't know who that is.
That's Mitchell Moles. We talked about him in the pregame. He's leading them in tackles.
He is leading them in tackles. And, boy, off of that celebration, you would have thought it was his first. But
he was excited.
He was very excited about that sack. So
we were 1 block away, and we just didn't pick up that blitz. They had one guy come free. We needed to pick that up, and Eric he grabbed his jersey and wouldn't let go. So we need another good punt from Eric.
4th and 16 now, and the punt is away. A good bounce now.
Touch it.
And it keeps rolling, and it's across to the 35-yard line. So not a terrible punt there. And Monroe Central will take over on the 35. So here we sit, 5:34 left in the first half, 14-0. I agree with you. We have not played bad. I feel like we are constantly saying that. And, I think the folks at home have watched, and they know that we're not by any means trying to doctor it up. That is exactly what's true. We've played really, really well. We had 1 turnover here, and really, as you mentioned, it's been big plays, a couple of big plays that have really hurt us.
And so we need a hold. We need a hold right here.
And the pitch is out, coming down to our side here. He's got it. It looked like a hold to me, but they didn't.
Yeah, I almost thought there was one in the backfield or right at the line. They let it go, and I think the running back that was actually holding right there kind of let go at the last minute to show, hey, I'm not doing that, which usually means you are. But we're going to have to we obviously can't give up 6-7 yards every first down.
So as we get ready here and we get set, we do want to let everybody at home know at halftime we will be speaking with senior golfer Lauren Kimball, who is going to be participating in the IHSA Regional tomorrow. Snaps away, and Ullum with the pass over the top. It is caught. He has some space, and he is cut back up over the middle and finally knocked down on the far side there
I think Eric Harlan came over.
And Eric Harlan did get over there to get him, I believe.
That's one of those
No,
plays.
that was A.J. Nauman, I think.
Was it? Okay.
Yep. And Eric Harlan, both.
That was one of those plays where Nate Steele went for the interception. I'm pretty sure that was Nate. And it's one of those where if you go, you got to get it or get a hand on it.
Yep.
And he just missed it. I thought he tipped it there for a second, but they completed it, and he just missed it. When that gave him a lot of open field, our guys had to come all the way from across the field to make that tackle, which obviously allows them to pick up a big chunk of yardage.
And now they are on the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. And we may have a timeout here. It may be the final timeout. Nope, it's a yep, there we go.
We called timeout.
It's the final timeout for Wes-Del, and it will be a timeout for Coach and I here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. We will be right back with you in just a few. And we're back out of the timeout, and they are set here. 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line for Monroe Central. Handoff away, and he's got space.
Oh, grab him, tackle.
And he has broken over a couple tacklers there down to the 10, maybe the 9 or 8-yard line. And we're starting to have trouble wrapping up on the tackles a little bit here.
Well, right there is why you don't tackle high.
Yep.
When you tackle a big kid high like that, he's going to carry you for about 4 or 5 yards.
You're exactly
and that's what
right.
happened. You got to get him low, and then let your buddy come and get him high once you've slowed him down a little bit.
So now Wes-Del kind of bringing the smash mouth football back our way. Now here's a pitch. He's coming up this side. Good pursuit. Good tackle. Hang on. There we go. Bringing him down finally. I think that was
Avery Carmen, and then cleaned up by Mason Cox, I believe. Yeah, Avery Carmen was the first guy to get there. Then Mason came in and cleaned that up.
And 3:25 to go in the first half. It will be 2nd and 11. And it's basically 2nd and goal.
I would look for some kind of a well, here they're going to line up. Maybe it's right up the middle. I say that, but I was going to look like a misdirection here. Nope.
And it is right up the middle. And he's pushing, and now a nice pull back by the Warriors to stop that. An excellent. I'm trying to see who that was.
I know it looked like Xavier Snyder was ripping the ball away while some other guys had him tied up. Xavier was really trying to rip that ball out. Credit to their guy. I mean, we stopped him, and they were trying to, really trying to get it out of him. But nice job of our big guys up front, who are a lot of those guys are playing both ways. They're playing offensive line and defensive line, so they're not getting much of a break.
And here we are. And it looks like a pass play looking for the back end zone. And that is incomplete.
Pretty good coverage on that
yes.
one. We had 2 or 3 guys there. He threw that to the pylon, and that's the only place he could have thrown it. It was a nice throw for
a high school quarterback. Good place to put it.
Nice throw, and he was either going to get it. His receiver was either going to get it or it was going to go out of bounds. And luckily for us, but I felt like we had good coverage on there. So they're going to go for a field goal here.
Want to give a shout out to a couple of school board members I know that are out watching. I definitely want to give a shout out to Steve Dowling. He told me he would be watching tonight, and I think he may be down in Kentucky.
Wow. Yeah, that was a nice
kick. Field goal there, and that will be 3 more, and it's now 17-0. So shout out to Steve and Donna Dowling. I know they were watching. They called me earlier today and said they'd be watching. So glad to have you. And anybody else, we'll be getting ready to slide over and check the chat here, see if anybody's in the live chat.
Let me, before I forget, It's just past twilight into dusk now. But
it is.
Let me say good luck tomorrow to the Wes-Del Warrior volleyball team. They'll be playing in the Blue River Class A shootout, which is always a
good tournament.
It's a really good tournament from teams all over the state. So it's a little smaller this year due to some teams from Kentucky not being able to, or I guess they're Indiana teams, but close to the Kentucky border that usually come up that may not be able to make it. But there's going to be still a really good field. And we'd like to wish the varsity girls good luck. I've seen a lot of volleyball this week, so
I know you have.
We'll see some more tomorrow.
I also want to give a shout-out to the Wes-Del WDTV, the Wes-Del News Network, for taking over some of the live streaming of the volleyball, giving us a little chance to catch our breath and take a break a little bit, not have to be at every event. I thought the kids and Mr. Romine did an excellent job providing that. Hopefully we can get them into some play-by-play soon. I think it'd be a great opportunity for our Warriors. Up the sideline there. I didn't see who returned that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm going to take a look. I'd just be guessing.
Yeah, we both would.
I want to say it was Carlos Artiega.
And as we do look in the chat, we do have a few people to say hi to. Dana Baker, let's go Warriors. It's good to see you there. And Dorothy Marvel, you are on Go Warriors. And we appreciate all the support. And make sure that you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already so you can catch all of the Wes-Del sports action as we go out throughout the 2020-2021 school year.
We've got an official update that Will has 18 yards so far on the carry on his carry. So it's where Will Kelly is at 18 yards.
18 yards. Harlan drops back. Now he moves forward with some pressure. He's got some room. Got a blocker. Now he's up to the outside, and he is finally still on his feet. And he's knocked out of bounds, I believe, just across the 50-yard line. So an excellent carry for the quarterback, Eric Harlan.
Boy, we just want to see us get one or two blocks and allow Eric, a good athlete like him, to get in space and make some plays, and showed what he could do right there when he can. Made a couple guys miss, and there at the end, just when you thought he was going to go down, so did I. He just kept running, picked up probably another 4 or 5 yards.
He's a tough kid. We love it. We love to see that leadership from a senior at the quarterback position, and he is waiting that snap. It will be an empty backfield, and we've got 5 wideouts spread now in motion, and the handoff is
that Will?
I believe that's to Will Kelly, and that might be a yard.
Yeah,
it might be a yard.
That was Will. Picks up about a yard. They're calling it.
So he's got to be about 5 away. So,
well, it's going to be exciting to see him get that. But right now, I'm sure he's just right in the moment. He just wants to
there he
pick
is
it up.
With the carry. Pushed out of bounds, down around the 50, maybe another yard or maybe.
I think Eric kept that one, didn't he?
Oh, was it Eric? Yeah, it was Eric.
He was going to give it. He had that option play, stuck it in there, did a nice job, and pulled it back out.
That's why you're here, Coach, trying to do the camera and see things at the same time. I'm not going to be very good at it.
I'm not great at seeing it. But
it is twilight.
Well, I think it's almost dusk now.
It's a very fleeting.
Yes.
And here we go. It's going to be second and, well, they've got second and 6. I think it's third at this point. The board's a little slow.
3rd 6 over there.
Ball away. And not a lot there for the Warriors. So they are right at the 50-yard line. It looks like they're going to be.
Monroe Central's going to call a timeout. That's 4th down. So going to make us make a decision because I think we would just run the clock down as much as we could have.
Yeah.
And they're going to make us punt it, or make a decision here. And I would assume we probably don't want to give them a short field. At least line up and see what we can get there as far as matchups, and possibly, I would guess that right now they're probably talking about punting, but they're also saying if we see this one matchup, we may go for it. So be ready.
Yeah.
Get everybody on the same page. And I don't think even a hard count would get us the first down here. So Eric's probably going to have to. We're going to have to make a decision of whether we're going to go for it or whether we're going to punt it away.
Well, we want to say hello to a 2013 alum watching from Franklin, Indiana, Craig Paul. We're so happy to have any of our Warriors watching. Remember, once a Warrior, always a Warrior, so we appreciate, Craig, having you in watching tonight here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And Julie Kirtley Swartz, we want to thank you, Julie, for watching at home. So if you're in there, if you can get in the chat and you're watching and you want to say hello, we'll do our best to give you a shout out on the live chat. Here we go. Looks like a big fourth down, Coach. You talked about it. And there's 1:18 left. Monroe Central trying to make us make a decision here.
Well, they don't have anyone back, but we're not really in punt formation, so.
Ball's
we're going
away.
for it.
And it is Harlan
Go,
now
Eric.
making a cut.
Go.
Getting to the
Oh.
outside, and it is going to be close. But I think they're going to call him short.
Boy, it's close.
They've got him short on the far side. It's going to be a turnover on downs.
Almost a face mask, too.
Yeah. But you know what? 111 here, and that was close.
Well, if I'm a player, I want to go for it every fourth down.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you got to appreciate a coach that lets you go for it.
Well,
Eric is still arguing the call here as far as
spot.
The spot on the. I mean, by arguing, he's not being disrespectful. He just really wants that spot, and he's not even going to measure again. But that guy's got great eyes.
He's got great eyes. Probably 20.
Well, here's the thing: he didn't need to measure it because they already moved the chains over there on that side. So.
Exactly, because that guy on the far side told him to. Our chain crew wouldn't. I'm telling you, they'd give it to us. I think we've got a great crew over there. I'm not so sure it isn't Mr. Romine himself over on that side.
Yeah, I believe he's over there, and maybe Carson Lutton.
Carson Lutton. So they probably knew that it should have been a first down. So out is
all
on a pass.
Push in the back,
and that's a high catch.
Oh.
And now he's got room. He's in pursuit. He breaks away. He is going to be gone for another Monroe Central touchdown, but I believe there should have been a penalty flag, but there won't be.
No, there wasn't one called, but there was a push in the back. 71, I can tell you exactly who it was. Number 71 pushed in the back. So, they got away with one. Didn't see it. But that's a tough one.
That is a tough one. And again,
well, we talked about right there the decision whether you want to go for it or not go for it.
I still think it's a good decision.
And you want to be aggressive. I mean, what do you have at this point? You're like, what do we have to lose right now? Let's go for it. Let's push it. But
that pass play, you punt it away,
right?
And that pass play still happens, and he still breaks it off. So you don't pin it on just that. And I think that is a.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that was good coaching by Coach Hostetler on the other side to call that timeout, to force our hand and make us make a decision, because we would have run that down to about 20 seconds probably. And I've known Coach Hostetler for a long time. We taught together at Bluffton. I think it was his first coaching job at Bluffton High School, and I was coaching basketball there and got to know him. Nice guy and good coach, and made a good decision there to make the timeout. Of course, he doesn't know that play is going to happen, and neither do we. You just, make them make an extra possession.
It's the same thing any coach would do. Coach S would do it. Coach Hostetler would do it. You do it. You're giving yourself an opportunity for your kids to make a play.
Right.
And that's what he did, and they made the play.
Right.
And so now it's 24-0, and we get the ball back here with about just under a minute. And it has been, again, we've talked about this, just big plays. Big plays have been, and just over the other side, finally brought down over there near the 50-yard line. So nice return there by the Warriors. But, again, it's just been big play after big play. And when we play steady, smash mouth football together, we're pretty equal. But it's just been really the passes, the deep pass, and then a couple passes where we've let guys get behind us, and we've let guys get in between the seams, and we've missed some tackles in open space.
Well, no disrespect to anyone that's back there, but we would typically have Joel Dowling back in one of those positions.
Right.
These guys are just a little bit younger that we have.
Yeah,
back
the
there.
experience factor.
It takes a little of experience out of there, and hopefully we can get him back as healthy as possible.
And here is Harlan rolling out to this side, looking for the pass.
Oh, no.
And that is picked off by Monroe Central. So quickly we commit our 16th turnover of the season. And Monroe Central gets it back here.
And let me say that we better put about 2 or 3 guys deep, because they're not going to sit on it right here.
No, they're going to go for it. 45 seconds left. It didn't take them long to score the last time, and I think they're going to try something similar again. So I agree with you.
Just underthrown there by Eric. The pass, the guy was open. I can't remember who we had open there, but I had someone open over the top, and Eric just couldn't get enough. He's rolling out, just couldn't get enough on it, and nice play by the defensive back to make the interception. Well, maybe they are going to.
They might just kneel on it. I'd be shocked. Handoff here, and some power football. That is a tough kid to get down.
And you know, they may be thinking to themselves, we might be happy going in at the half right here. Let's not turn it over. We've seen what can happen on a turnover. And this is right in the middle of the field. So if they turn it over and we get it right back, obviously they see that we're going to go for it. So they have time to get one more off if they want to. They don't have to run another play here. Wouldn't be surprised to see them just chuck one up here.
And here they are, and it does look like they have few out, and there's a pitch.
There's a hold, number 5. I'll call that for you.
And he is up over and out of bounds there.
That should end it.
And that does end it. And we will take a short break at the end of the first half. It is 24-0. We will be back here at halftime, and we will have special guest senior golfer Lauren Kimball with us, and we will talk about her season, her career, and then what's coming up tomorrow, the IHSA Girls Golf Regional. We'll be back with you here shortly with Lauren Kimball on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Real quick, we are back here at halftime, and they are honoring any of the veterans or service members in the crowd. As you see, the Warrior football team is out here in front, and they are honoring those service members and veterans.
Also tonight for our halftime festivities, we have special recognition of our Wes-Del Elementary.
Nice. They had anyone that was a veteran stand up in the crowd and give a nice round of applause, and very classy move by Coach. Because I'm sure he's ready to talk, but he knows what's really important is to teach the boys what's really, the things in life that are most important, and that is the respect of the people that came before you and all those guys, that veterans, and both of us. I know that's important because both of our fathers were veterans. So really nice. I appreciate Coach doing that, and he does that every year. So really nice to see our guys stay out here at halftime and honor those guys too.
Well, that leads us to our halftime. We have a very special guest with us here in the booth, and we talked about her a little bit in the first half, and that we would have her up here with us. But we have senior golfer Lauren Kimball, and she is going to be participating in the regional tomorrow. Lauren, the first thing I want to ask you is how many times is this for you in the regional?
This is my 3rd year going to regionals.
3rd year going to regionals. So you went what years? Give me the rundown.
My freshman and my sophomore year, and then unfortunately last year I wasn't able to go, and then this will be my 3rd.
And your freshman year, what was that like? Were you nervous?
Oh yeah, it was horrible. I was really nervous.
Now, are you still a little nervous going in tomorrow? Do you still get the nerves?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's not as bad.
Okay. And so I know we talked about this before you came on when I was telling you what we would say and talk about, but injury-wise, I know you've dealt with a lot of injuries in your career. So, you don't have to go through them in detail, but a lot of them have been knee injuries. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've had 3 knee surgeries, and I'll probably be having a 4th one after season.
After the season?
Point. Yeah.
So that's been something you've battled, but you've been able to keep your game at that level and be able to go to the regionals. So at sectional last week, what'd you shoot?
An 86.
Is that your best?
That's my best in high school competition.
In high school competition.
I've shot better in summer tournaments.
But there's nothing better than shooting your best going into your last few tournaments. So tomorrow, where is the regional?
Edgewood Golf Club in Anderson.
Anything? Have you practiced there, or were you able to practice there?
Yeah, I played there Tuesday and yesterday.
Is there anything about that, like courses and that type of thing? Is there anything specific that you look for at Edgewood that you've got to be watching out for? Does it play long? Does it play short? How do you play that course?
I'd say it plays probably the same length as my home course, but there you really have to manage your tee shots and make sure you keep your balls in the fairway.
Yeah.
So that's just something to focus on.
Now I'm going to shift to something, and then Coach will probably come in here in a minute and ask you a few things. I'm going to shift to this year, and I really, you've had a lot of different years where you've had some talented teammates. Mm-hmm. Then you've had some years where you've had some young teammates. This year you had some young ones and some who never even had a golf club in their hands. But you showed leadership, and that was really impressive. So I know you loved those girls, but, was that part of that this year? Did that help you a little bit? You kind of played a coaching role a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I kind of did play a coaching role. They definitely always came to me when they had questions about their swings, and, I was more than happy to help them. And then it kind of also felt more of, a family because, we were all kind of closer because we shared that connection.
Yeah. Coach, what do you have?
Well, one of the questions I wanted to ask was, I'm not a very good golfer, so I'll take that into consideration.
He's not terrible, but he's not great.
No, but what I always wondered, how do you kind of motivate yourself in a sport? Because I've always coached a team sport. Mm-hmm. So how do you self-motivate yourself? Is it one of those things where you want to be really pumped up? Do you want to be relaxed? Do you want a little bit of both? Do you have to find a mental way to grind through those tough days when you may not be starting off well and know it's a long, it's a long sport. It plays out over hours. So how do you kind of handle that, and how does that work for you?
Well, golf is definitely a mental game. So on days when I'm not doing my best, it's definitely harder to stay motivated. But I just try to tell myself that one hole isn't going to ruin the whole round. So you just have to stick with it and keep going. But usually before a match, I just try to keep myself relaxed. Because if you're all tense going up to swing, then chances are you're not going to hit a very good shot. So I just try to be relaxed and stay mentally calm.
And what would you think is your strength of your game? Driving, your chipping,
That's
your putting. Where would you think? Hey, I feel like if this part of my game is always solid and is always going to be there.
Usually my tee shots are really good, and then my chipping has been pretty good this season.
Okay. Well,
Coach is really good at a foot wedge.
Yes.
He's really good at a foot wedge. He's always got a great lie. It's amazing when we get up there where his ball is always in the fairway. Yet I could have sworn it was 20 yards right. But
so tomorrow, what time do you tee off?
9:30.
9:30. We'll be rooting for you. I know that I've obviously watched you grow up. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you got to go to regional for your your senior year, and just go out there, enjoy the day. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Sometimes it has. I'm sure some of those regionals haven't always been.
Oh yeah.
But enjoy it tomorrow. You make Wes-Del very proud that you've done such a good job with golf, and so just enjoy the day tomorrow.
Well, thank you.
And just my final thing is, you were all conference this year?
Yes.
All county?
Yes.
And you were also all conference. This would be the 4th year in a row you were all conference, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure on county. Do you know? Was it
3 years?
3 years. So that's an awesome accomplishment. You've had a great career. We hate to see you go from the girls golf program, but you have definitely advanced our girls golf program, and hopefully some of the people and some of the girls that you impacted that are younger that maybe just picked up a club we'll get more involved, and we hope to see you around. Now, the last thing I ask is, any plans to try to do this maybe at the next level, or are you saying, no, I just want to go to school?
I haven't for sure decided yet, but as of right now, the plan is to play golf in college. I've met with some coaches, but I'm not for sure about where I would be going yet.
Yeah, but still that door hasn't been shut yet. You're still thinking about it.
Not.
Well, you, as Coach said, we are so extremely proud of you.
Well, thank you.
And we wish you nothing but the best tomorrow. And all the Warrior fans that are watching at home, we'll make sure that we're thinking about you when you tee off at 9:30 and be rooting for you.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. We'll be back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network in just about 30 seconds. All right, Warrior fans, we are back here at Paul Parker Field. As you can see on the scoreboard, 24-0, Monroe Central leading the Harvest Helmet Classic. We do have a couple of updates. I'm up here by myself as Coach is making his rounds here at halftime. So I have a few updates on the athletic events. It looks like, as we've talked about, that tomorrow, Saturday, September 26th, there's a lot of things going on. The girls' 7th grade and 8th grade and 6th grade, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade altogether will be participating in the MEC volleyball for middle school. Coach mentioned this earlier, the junior varsity volleyball team and varsity volleyball team, Blue River Class A Showdown. Actually, I believe that might just be the varsity involved in the Blue River Class A Showdown. We want to say good luck to Coach Wilson and the Warriors as they travel to Blue River for that. We also have and again, these are straight from the Wes-Del Athletic website, but due to the pandemic, we don't know if all of these are accurate, but we're going to mention them anyway. Tomorrow we have a 3-way cross-country meet for both of our boys and girls varsity cross-country teams, so I'm not sure exactly where they are. I believe they are in Muncie at that. And then this week, upcoming week, we have a lot of things going on. On Monday, we have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade volleyball who will be traveling to Monroe Central. And Monday, we also have the junior varsity football team who will be hosting Eastern Hancock here at Paul Parker Field. Looking on down, you see Tuesday, we will have the home matchup in volleyball of the junior varsity Warrior volleyball team hosting Eastbrook. And then on Wednesday, it looks like we have the girls and boys middle school county cross country. And that is located at Wapahani. And then we move on into Wednesday, and the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade volleyball team again in action hosting Madison Grant. Also on Wednesday, the varsity girls are at Randolph Southern, varsity and JV. And then that finishes out all the way through most of the week. And then next week, Friday, the varsity football team hosts Tinley, and we will talk about Tinley and that a little bit more detail in the postgame. We're about 6:30 left at halftime, and we are going to take another short break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network, and we will be right back with you. And we are back here, and Coach is back in the booth. Coach, I had to do a little bit of the athletic schedule without you, and I handled it. I was lonely, but I handled it.
Appreciate that.
I know you had to make your rounds.
What we have going on. I don't want to have to repeat it, but
what do we have going on? Well, we've got a lot of volleyball going on.
Yes,
We've got both middle schools busy this week coming up, and then we have varsity.
Yeah.
That's busy. We also have some county. We have the MEC 6th, 7th, and 8th grade volleyball is what I saw yesterday.
All right.
Or, excuse me, tomorrow, along with that Class A showdown you were talking about.
Yeah.
And then next week we have a big one for the cross country, the middle school cross country's in their county at Selma, at
so
Wapahani.
some of those sports are starting to
wind down. They are.
And how great is it to say that we are able to get them all in?
Hey, you know that you and I talked early on, and we had our theories about how it would go. I have already surpassed my prediction. My prediction was Labor Day, and I couldn't be more thrilled that we passed it.
Well, and I have a prediction that is that we wouldn't get all the way through, and I'm really excited again. I wanted to be wrong.
I did too.
And,
never wanted to be more wrong at anything ever.
I didn't think we'd be able to. Now, I shouldn't count my
We knock
chicken.
on wood here.
Yeah, we got some paneling.
Because we've still got a long way to go, but I've really been happy with the way the students, the staff, the community, the way everybody's handled things and worked through it. And, hopefully we can keep things going as we watch. In fact, folks, I'll move our camera down here. We have some youth
got them
out
on
here.
both ends going here.
Yeah, we got some youth football. And if you see that right there, that is Officer Stafford out there helping the coach and get things figured out for the flag football program.
Now, since he's an officer, does he always have him in the shotgun? Or is
wow. And then we'll slide over to here. That's an excellent joke, by the way. And we'll see a lot of volunteers, a lot of dads, a lot of guys helping out with our program.
That's a big kid throwing.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's a dad. Sorry.
That's a dad. And there you see as they're working through some things. But one thing I want to highlight about this, and I love about our community, I love our community so much that I do nothing but rave about it. But this is something that you do, something that Coach Hess does. Coach Hess is out here Saturday and running this flag football program. Yeah. You run a basketball program, youth program on Sundays for almost 3 months, and a lot of people don't see that.
Yeah.
And I think that you'll never talk about it. You would never say, "Oh yeah, I do that," and I'm out here, 8 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night some night. But I'm here. I see it. I see you. I see Coach Dowling. I see Coach Knuckles. I see you guys do this. I see Coach Hess here spending time. And it's those things that people don't see that don't happen everywhere, but they happen at Wes-Del because you guys care about your programs.
Yeah.
And you guys are constantly building, and you're building for the future. And that's a big part of this is the feeder programs are what are going to sustain us. But then at the same time, we keep that support up in the stands with our alumni and those people that have been with us and have played before us. And you have a lot of guys that want to come back and coach. They want to come back and they just want to play, open gym, do those types of things. So your alumni are really important to you, too, just as much as your feeder program.
Yeah, that kind of leads me into our basketball alumni game. But let me talk about that feeder system because you're right. Coach Hess will coach this game up tonight. He'll go home. He'll watch a bunch of film, and then he'll be out here tomorrow morning for flag football with a bunch of little kids. And, there are some days where it's not as easy to get up and get out here. But, boy, when you get out here and you see the kids and the energy they bring and all the fun they're having and the love of the sport, it's just pure sport. When we run our league on Sundays, we have, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth graders coming in from I think 8 or 9 different schools, all small schools around this area.
One of the best leagues around for small schools, I'll say it.
It's awesome, and now with the field house, it's going to be even better. But, that's the kind of stuff that I know Coach Hess knows is important, I know is important. We want to get kids excited about the sport, and the more excited we see them, it's fun to watch. It's just pure. It's sports at the purest level, and sometimes we have to go up and remind the parents that it's just little kids.
They love it. You get excited. I got excited.
Yeah, they get
I remember
excited,
Grayson playing youth sports, and at that level, you just can't help yourself. The other thing I want to say on behalf of all the coaches and you guys, and I've worked and been around you, and before I was in this position, I coached with you at other places. It's just one more thing that you give to the community that you also have to take from your family because that takes time away. But what I love about you guys is you find a way to balance it and make it work with your families. But I think our community understands the commitment you guys make and they appreciate it. But I just can't help or can't stop saying how much I appreciate our coaching staff, top to bottom. Probably one of the best. I'll put our coaching staff up against anybody, and just great people, great men and women, great role models, and they take their time, even away from their family, to give to our Warriors, and I appreciate that. So
and I want to say real quick, I know Biff runs a nice youth program for our volleyball girls because my daughter's been part of it. And it's a lot, believe me, there are some other ones you can do that are a lot more expensive, but he doesn't do it to make money. He does it for the kids. He gives up a lot of his time, a lot of weekends, and comes in here and coaches. And a lot of our coaches are doing the same thing. Our cheerleaders have a cheerleading clinic for the little girls. I mean, it goes all the way
everywhere.
Around. I agree with you, and I'm not talking about my program right now, but I will say that I've not been at a school with better people that care about their kids and care about their programs as much as Wes-Del does. So
top to bottom, it's a special place. And speaking of that, you were getting ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
Alumni are super important to all of us.
We have our alumni basketball game, which I started when I got here. I always thought that can be fun. It does a couple of things for me. It's selfishly, it allows me to see the guys that played for me come back and play, and I get to see them and talk to them. And what are you doing now? This will be my 8th or 9th year here. I can't even remember, but that allows me to see some guys that I haven't seen for a while. What are you doing now? Some of those guys are graduating college and getting close to getting married, and some of them are married now. And allows me to see them, and it also allows me to touch base with guys that came before that I may or may not have known. I've been coaching for 27 years now, so some of these guys that come back that look like old-timers are actually guys that were on scouting reports when I was first in coaching. So I see some of those guys come back, and now we're starting to get some guys that really look forward to it and come back and play. So that will be on November 14th if you're trying to check your schedules this year. Times and dates or times to come and all that other stuff. But I was already, I've already talked to Mr. Denny about it and Mr. Purdue, and we obviously talked to you about whether we thought we could swing that, and we definitely think we can.
Yes.
And we just don't want – that's something we don't want to
It's something, I'll be honest with it, it's something right there before Thanksgiving that everybody looks forward to. It kind of gets you in that mode where it kind of kicks off that family season too, where you're going to be back with your family, and a lot of these guys travel to come back. I'm amazed at some of the guys you get to travel back here. The other thing I'm amazed about is it's pretty darn good basketball.
Yeah,
I mean,
been good.
it's been good. Nothing can beat the first year. The first year,
First two.
First two. First year though, both teams were over 100 points.
Yeah.
And it came down to a three-pointer to tie, and then it went into overtime.
Well, no, the first one I wouldn't let them. I said,
Oh, that's right, it tied.
Yeah, they were
that's
so
what
mad
you
at
did.
me.
They were so mad because they wanted a winner so bad, and it ended up in a tie.
The
And
next
both
year.
teams, and it was just constant scoring. Now, I will say this: if people come out, or we may be able to actually live stream this, which would be a great event to a live stream.
That'd be fun.
But if folks come out, we haven't quite made it back up to the hundreds yet, because I think that some of the guys are getting some age on them too.
Yeah.
But also that first year it was all out. But I think the guys now are trying to pace themselves a little bit out there. But it's still great basketball.
Well, we were learning a little bit, let's just say. So
Yes.
we learned that we needed to shorten that game
yes,
up a little
we
bit.
we did. But it was exciting. It was fun. And
The other thing we do is it allows my guys to get on the court for just a quarter, and
Yep.
they scrimmage each other, but they're still nervous. It's the first time some of those guys play in front of a crowd, so it's fun. November 14th, put that on your schedule. We'd love to have you. It's really just kind of a donation thing, and we'd love to see everybody that can make it get there. So.
And here we go. We're getting ready to kick off the third quarter, 24-0, and it looks like the Warriors are kicking off to the Golden Bears.
See how we play this. They definitely are looking for an onside kick. Could go pooch it right over the top. Oh, get on that.
And it is an onside kick, and I do believe they recovered.
Yeah, they did. Nice one, though. Nice and hard. Bounced right off of the Monroe Central up man, and we just weren't able to get – he was able to fall back on top of it.
And we did have a visitor for a second there. Scott Stafford, SRO. He was sweating.
Yeah, well, he's out there moving around.
He was coaching. So here we go. Let's see if we can get on the board here in the third quarter.
He came up for popcorn.
That is what it And there's a little out pass and met their nice tackle on the far side. I think that is can't see who that is. Is that Eric Carlin?
I think so.
Yeah.
We apologize tonight. I've had to apologize a couple times. I'm glad to know, like you said, that everybody goes back and watches it. The guys go back and watch because they will correct me.
Oh, they tell us.
Class.
And the problem just happens to be those are really nice jerseys, but that maroon number is hard to see.
Yep.
But I can't. Here's a
Oh,
pass
that's a
play.
little screen
Up
play.
over the
Nice
top. Nice,
tackle.
great tackle.
That's
And
hard.
that's Eric Carlin again. Just
He
a
read
great
that one.
tackle.
That whole play was a misdirection. The screen passed back to the backside. They had lead blockers out there. Eric snuck in right behind there and made that tackle. That was because if he doesn't make that tackle, that's going to be definitely going to be a first down. Held him to no gain.
That's right. 3rd down and 10 on the 50-yard line. No gain on the play. Excellent stop by the Warrior defense and their senior leader, Eric Harlan. As we know, they can run, they can pass, so we have to be ready for anything. Nallman headed out to the far side. Now they've got somebody in motion. All of them trying to find a cut. He finds a seam. He's up and just stopped short.
He's going to be short.
They can't spot that where he rolled.
Yeah, that's a good spot. Yeah.
Because he rolled forward, and there we go. That's a great spot.
Yeah.
I'll take him spotting like that.
4th and 2, looks like. 4th and a long 2.
That's a long 2, and I assume they'll go for it.
Well, they're bringing a different line.
And it does look like they might come in and kick. And they are. At least they're going to show kick. We'll see if they do it.
And we got to watch here. Don't go on a hard count. This group's not been on the field. Stay down. Watch the ball.
Ball's away, and it is a kick. And it is deep back here.
Gets a nice
And
bounce for
nice
us.
bounce. It came back to us. Yeah, I like that bounce. So it looks like we're going to take over right around the 15,
Yeah.
16.
We'll call it 16.
And it'll be 1st and 10 on the 16-yard line. So Wes-Del coming out here. Coach, second half, what would you like to see, maybe a couple things that we do differently?
Take care of the ball. We got to make sure we limit their explosive plays. We did a nice job on the first series right there. Took away everything they were trying to do, made them have to punt. So now we need to move the ball.
It's time for us to have an explosive play.
Yeah, we do.
And it looks like we're back in that beast formation, so we may be seeing some of that same early smash mouth football, and that's what we have. A lot of blockers. Here comes Harry Carlin down to our side, looking for a block, and he gets taken out. Tackled by number 80 of Monroe Central there before he picked up a first down, I think, maybe. Oh, no, they got him spotted just short of that first
He
down.
got more than I thought on that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he did. I tell you what.
Braden Hunt was the tackle made by Monroe Central there.
I don't know if it's just Coach S was, yelling out the play there. I feel like he's not happy with some of the spots, and I'm not either. Here we go. Snaps away. This time it's to the far side of Harlan. I think he got across. It looks like they'll spot him across for a first down.
Going to be a first down. Kind of back to what we started with there at the very beginning of the game.
Smash mouth football. It works if we don't turn it over. And I'd like to see us maybe catch him sleeping, though. Catch him falling for this and then get a big play, maybe a
sure looks like if we could sneak somebody out over here on the right side, we'd have something open.
But that's why you and I stand up here. And that, I don't know what happened there.
Everybody but the center was on that count.
Everybody but the officials, because nobody threw a flag for the longest time. Let's see what we got. The old white hat says here. Also, illegal procedure against the Warriors is what the voice, Charlie Sims, has to say.
That's a nice way of saying everybody moved.
And going to be 1st and 15 here. Eric is the lone Warrior in the backfield. And now in motion is Will Kelly. Handoff is to Eric kept it. Right up the middle there. So, and we did find out, Coach, how far is Will Kelly away?
Will's 2 yards away from 1,000 first career. Hasn't had a hand on the ball yet, but looked like he might get it on that one. That was probably a good read by Eric. Kept that, picked up almost all the yardage we lost.
Yep. So as you heard there, we are 2 yards away for Will Kelly to reach 1,000. So it could happen anytime. It could happen right here on this carry.
We will be unofficial, but hopefully he'll get it by a lot more than 2 yards.
Yep. And drop back here. It is
he
Harlan,
fell down.
And he fell down.
Yeah, he just slipped. That's nobody's fault. He just hit a wet spot there. It's probably getting that time of night where it's getting a little slick out there.
Well, it's beyond twilight, so it's going to get to that dewy time of night.
Yeah, it's getting a little dewy out there. And he just fell, slipped. I didn't look downfield. I was watching our blocking up front.
We had a guy, didn't see the number.
But the blocking was fairly good.
Yeah.
Eric just fell down. Once that
that's all you can say.
Yeah.
That's all you can say.
Once that knee goes down, you're down in high school. So, that wasn't anybody's fault.
7:40 to play in the third quarter. It's going to be 3rd and 17 on the 20-yard line for Wes-Del. And it's going to be a pass play. Ball's away.
A little high.
High and intercepted here by Monroe Central. And tackle made there.
I think Nate Steele came back
by
and
Nate Steele. Ball just a little underthrown there.
Yeah, got away from him a little bit, floated on him, and nice read. And another turnover. We've talked about how turnovers are.
I believe unofficially that's our 17th on the year.
Yeah, turnovers have been our Achilles heel so far this year, and got to take care of did I say basketball? I'm used to screaming that.
Hey, you're going to be saying that in a few months.
Yeah, but we got to take care of the ball. We got to take care of it, and we've got to keep it on our side.
And now Monroe Central on the attack again on the 24-yard line. Pass out. A little bit of a shifty move there. Gets him some open space. Now across, maybe to a first down.
Yeah, I don't like when number 4 gets the ball out
there
in
he's
open
shifty.
Space, because he is athletic.
And it is a first down for Monroe Central as they come across the 10-yard line.
Want to see some fight. Want to see our guys. Want to see some fight in them. Want to see them, continue.
Yeah, you're not seeing the energy that you like to see right now.
Well, and they've got to be tired. But that's some of that's got to come from the sideline, not coaching wise. Our players got to get those guys ready. You got to be a good teammate. You got to be excited for them. You got to get them, talk them through it.
A direct snap there, and he's up over the 10-yard line.
Big kid, number 34.
Monroe Central now will be right at the 10-yard line, I believe.
3 and 4 on the play, 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 on the 10-yard line going in.
Can't tell who was in on that for us. I want to say it was Avery Carmen and maybe another person, but I couldn't tell who the second person was. Apologize again for the not being able to see the numbers.
And it's back. Quick pass out to Monroe Central. He is in, I believe, for another. Nope, just short.
Calling him. Looks like they're calling him.
And we got.
No, I don't know.
We got a Warrior down. He's getting up slowly.
Yeah, they're calling him down. I thought for a second
he's got to be right there on the 1.
Yeah. This is either going to be a sneak or it's going to be big boy number 34 right up the middle. I would think. I don't know unless they want.
I'd be shocked if they did anything different. And here we are. No Central. It is a
Direct
sneak up the
snap.
middle, direct snap, and I think he's in, and it's
yeah.
a touchdown. So another 6 points. And it's now 30-0 Monroe Central.
Is
that their lineman? One of their linemen scoring there?
I don't know.
I couldn't.
I can't hear over the Jake breakout on 28.
Yeah, wondered what that was for a second.
Yeah. And that one's through, and another point makes it 31-0 Monroe Central. So as we get ready to receive the kick, we're going to take a 30-second break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back here. And the ball carried there.
Squib kick.
Yep, tackled there just across the 30-yard line.
Harrison Pittsford on the return. Good news is that we just talked to Bandit, and I think Snowman got that. They got that semi slowed down over there.
He was coming in hot.
He was coming in hot on that four-way stop. This four-way stuck up on him.
I think if the Warrior fans, they know the location out here well enough that one stoplight really messes with some people, especially those truck drivers as they come across there. And that was the loudest break.
Whoa, we could hear it over our earphones.
If they play it back, I'm pretty sure they could hear it. The whole crowd could hear it. I was worried for a second, but he got her stopped. Quick pass out there to the outside. Nice little block. Gets up over about 4 yards, 5 yards there.
Oh, there's that. There's a.
I was going to say something late happened back there.
Yeah, that's got to be on number 3. He's putting his hands up like he didn't know what he did, and the whole crowd could see it.
Yeah, it was unnecessary, whatever it was.
Yeah, roughness, I think. Unnecessary roughness.
Yes.
Well, I think they're
Great
gonna call
film.
it personal foul. Yeah,
It's a classic.
it's a classic. I don't know where this telecast here is heading.
We're starting to, and it is a personal foul on Monroe Central.
Yeah, it's on number 3.
Personal foul is called against Monroe Central.
A couple people in the chat there we want to say hi to. We want to say hi again to
15 yards.
Terry Bartram, who's here watching the Warriors. He says, thanks again for televising the game. No problem, Terry. We appreciate you watching. And Mrs. Meyer-Fisher, once again, if she can't see it in person, I can tell you this much. She's going to see it one way or another, and she's at home watching the telecast. And we appreciate her tuning in. And in motion there. And the ball is... I can't tell exactly who held onto that one, but I can tell you whoever got the fake, it just got lit up.
Calling it no gain, luckily.
And that the fake went
Fake
to
knee out, I think. I
the
don't know
fake went to I think it was
Will.
Carlos, or was it Will?
I think Will's back there behind him. I think we've gone
Yeah.
single back right now.
And still waiting on Will to get those 2 yards. So that's something I think everybody's kind of waiting on. But as we know, we're trying to run our offense as normal, not just focusing solely on Will's 1,000 yards. But he's going to get it, I have a feeling.
Yeah, he'll get it.
It might be right here. And the ball is snapped, but now it's a pass play to the outside. And that is picked off by Monroe Central. And he is tackled there. So that will be the third interception of the evening. And I think our 4th turnover. And now we're at 18 turnovers on the season. Hate to keep highlighting that, but that just seems to be something that really is our Achilles heel.
Yep. Eric will be the first one to admit that he's going to have to take care of the ball, and he's
trying to make things happen.
Well,
and
he's rolling out on that play, and they've read that a couple of times. Almost like to see us, Eric's used some pump fakes a couple of times, really nice this year. Give that guy a pump fake and see if he'll bite on it, and then maybe get a guy to maybe run a go pattern or hitch and go there.
So in motion, a handoff, 2-3. That's Jones, I believe, and he's making some moves. He's up over a first down to the sideline finally, I believe, taken down.
No, he wasn't.
No, he's not. He's still up on his feet, and he is in for a touchdown.
And we got somebody down over here.
So another 6, and that makes it 37-0, and we do have a Warrior.
Yeah, he's back up, pops back up. I think 31 or number 3 right there was the one that just got the personal foul called on me. Probably decided that I better make something happen because I'm going to.
Is there a flag down over here though?
From Coach Hostetler. Yeah, there is a flag down. I saw that hold and I didn't mention it.
So that is, we're going to take that 6 away, right?
I'm guessing. Looks like they're walking it back. So, not seen the white hat make a call yet. Just tucking that flag in there pretty tight.
Brings the ball down back to the 44-yard line. Wes-Del.
I think that's why it took so long to come out.
He's got her in there tight, doesn't he, Coach?
He had it right there in that belt loop, and he was having
Strapping
trouble
her
finding
down.
it because I saw by the time I saw the flag come out, that I think that might have been a little bit of the argument there.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
It was just a little bit of a late call, but the right call.
And here we go again, another handoff. Now another shifty move, and finally finished him off down there, and I think it's a first down.
Yeah, it looks like they got enough for the first down there.
3:44 to go right now in the third quarter. It is now 31-0. It is not 37 because of the hold. So we'll take that. We don't want to add any more to this. We need a stop.
Got some guys that have to be tired out there. We've played a lot of minutes.
Well, again, one of the keys that you had in Coach Mack's keys of the game was time of possession, and I'll be honest with you, with some of the turnovers we've had, we've actually allowed that to be a key for Monroe Central. They have had the ball a lot. Now we got a blitz. It looks like he gets rid of it.
They wanted
plenty of room, and that's exactly what they wanted to happen as he walks in. And when you gamble like that on the blitz, sometimes that's going to happen, and it's now 37-0. No flag on the field.
Yeah, that was a design play. They let all of our linemen and linebackers flood in. Anybody that wanted to come on in, we're going to throw it right over that screen pass. Well designed play. Threw it right over the top, and that guy was wide open. The other 2 receivers were down. We had to stay honest with them, but once that pass came, there was nobody to stop them.
And the kick's away, and another one straight through, and it's 38-0. And as we get lined up for the kick, as always, we'll take a 30-second break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And now we're back getting ready for kickoff for Monroe Central. 38-0.
Another squib kick. We'll pitch it over to.
And the ball is pitched up.
Hold on to that thing.
And on the far side there, they do hold on.
Number 7, Harrison Pickford, picks up the ball.
3:01 to go in the third quarter. 38-0, Monroe Central.
Field return takes the ball.
I believe we're to the running clock situation. We've discussed that once this year, I think. And
Yep.
so the
It'll
clock will
stop
run now.
on first downs
No, I think
No.
just change the possession.
and scores.
Scores, yes.
So here we go. And we're in the beast formation again. 4 in the backfield. Ball away. And I didn't see who that was, but we're short. Probably a no gainer.
Harlan, the ball carrier.
And that was Harlan. Again, we're still waiting for Will Kelly. He needs 2 yards unofficially to break the 1,000-yard barrier as a junior. Maybe we'll get a direct snap right to him, see if something like that will happen like they did in the first quarter.
Okay, take it.
And we're down here being chased here to the sideline and tackled just in front of us here in the booth.
Trying to see if that was Will right there because that was close to 2.
That
No,
was not
that was
Will.
Harrison Pittsford.
Harrison Pittsford on the carry.
Pittsburgh, the Wes-Del ball carrier.
So it was just about 2 yards right there, Coach. You're right. But it was Harrison Pittsford.
Yeah, it was Harrison. How about, let's mention that sound system again. Sounds like it's really
It is
working.
It is working. And Monroe Central probably can hear it. And the ball is out. And here's Eric
That's Harrison Pittsford
for a
throwing.
deep pass. Oh, that was Pittsford?
Yeah, I think we may have Pittsford in playing quarterback right now. Looks like.
Well, we've got so many guys there in that beast, I can never
Yeah,
pay attention
looks like
exactly
they-
how it's all working.
It looks like they may be.
Is that Nate Steele we were headed towards?
Yeah.
Result of the play brings up a fourth
Looks like we're
down.
giving Eric a little bit of a break here. He's got to be tired playing all that defensive back and quarterback being on the field every possession. So it's like 4th down. At this point, we're going to go for it. No,
No,
nice
we kicked
punt.
that away.
Hey,
And
no.
that's a heck of a roll there. Down to about the 19-yard line.
So one of our highlights is our punting game. It has been really good tonight. It switched the field position for us nicely every time we've done that, with the exception of the one time it was blocked. That obviously wasn't. That was the first one. But other than that, it's been a nice. We've really been changing the field well on them.
And they're going to let this quarter run down, it looks like. And we'll be at the end of the third quarter here. And it will be 38-0 here at the end of the third. And we're going to take a break here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we'll be back here at the Harvest Helmet Classic in about 30 seconds. And we're back here at the Harvest Helmet Classic. Monroe Central leading 38-0 to start the fourth quarter. And get the camera over here to the other side. We always switch sides. You got to remember that.
Yep.
And flag on the play. As we talk about this or figure out the flag, want to say hello to Coach Giesman, who just said hi in the chat. He said thanks.
Coach Giesman.
Oh, Coach Giesman.
Hey, Coach. He's obviously our girls varsity basketball coach, and my daughter just graduated, played for him, and loved playing for Coach Giesman.
Yeah, we love having Coach Giesman here as part of the family. So thanks for watching, Coach.
There's that
Yep,
again.
same little thing. That time we stayed home a little bit better on that.
Not sure who that was. I'm going to look here. I think that was Avery Carmen, but I'm not sure.
And I can take the penalty flag off here if I could get things going. And we did have a question in there about the youth basketball, and right now the information for anyone that wants to know about that information will come out a little bit further towards January. Probably we don't start that till after Christmas, do we, Coach?
No, it's Thanksgiving.
Oh, sorry, Thanksgiving.
They don't come out soon.
Okay.
Be looking for that. I try to let football get through here with the youth program and all that, but we'll get that sent out soon, and we'll start our junior pro league, and then start our game Sunday league games too soon.
Pass up over the middle. Nice way to hang on there, and that might have been Eric Harlan. No, that was not Eric. That was Nate Steele, I believe.
Yeah, that was Nate Steele. No.
Cameron
Buckner?
Wasn't.
We'll keep guessing.
Let's just go with what we said. They'll tell us.
It was number 15, which is no, that wasn't right. We don't have a 15.
Sorry, folks at home. If you could be up here with us, you got to be laughing a little bit at home. We apologize. Sometimes the old readers aren't what they used to be. Handoff. Nice stop there up front by the big boys. And a great tackle for a loss there for the Warriors. And we do have a Warrior down, though. Down on the ground. I can't see if he's getting up. And is that Avery?
Yeah, Avery. Mason Cox was there. Avery saying he doesn't want to come out. I think he might have somebody landed on his hand or something.
Yeah.
Be 2nd and 10 for the Monroe Central Golden Bears.
And
wearing their gold and brown.
9:29 to go.
Mostly white, though.
And now we got a flag on the play.
Let's see what we have here. It's either going to be a hold or it's going to be a face mask. See
what these guys come up with. They've talked it over. Let's see what he's got there. It is a face mask on Wes-Del.
Yeah, we didn't want that, obviously.
No. If they're going to find a face mask, they're going to call it against us. Why wouldn't you? It's 38-0.
Is that just a 5-yard penalty?
Well, probably. Inadvertent, maybe? Is there an inadvertent face mask?
I don't think so.
There isn't?
I don't know. Apparently it's only
face
5
mask
yards.
is a face mask, isn't it? I mean, you grab it. But I'm glad they caught that. Like I said, at 38-0, I want to make sure they get everything. And there's a snap, and maybe a yard.
Thought maybe they might have. That was not all. I think, like they just said, I think they've got their backup quarterback in now.
Hey, Coach, with only about 8:40 to go, you might need to get in there on that cheerleading roster and give those cheerleaders a little shout out here.
Do that. Give me a second here. When we get a dead ball,
do
that.
You need a flashlight?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I do need my glasses.
Yes. I just didn't want you to forget. I always want to remind you of that.
Yeah, I love to talk about our cheerleaders.
Yeah, never want to miss them. They're always here. There's a great cut up the middle, and first down for Wes-Del. He took some hits, though.
Well, that's the official's fault. You see him tied up like that, you can stop that
blow
play.
It dead.
You can stop that play at any time. Yeah, let's talk about our cheerleaders. Madeline Hawkins, Leah Robinson, Avery Hudson Roberts, Jalen Gann, Nevaeh Foreman Brantlett, Alexis Crawford, Riley Lazatter, Emma Lawrence, Mary Kate Dunnick, Molly Wimmer, Delaney Huffman, and Lily Prather, coached by Taylor Robinson. So good job tonight, girls. They've been very energetic and peppy and jumping around and doing all the great stuff that they always do.
That's right. And as all Warriors do, they stay all the way through the end, supporting and making sure that we stay together as a family in all that we do. So I also like to see the fight in our boys out there still fighting with 7:30 left in the fourth quarter. Saw Mrs. Cullum in the chat. Glad to see you watching, Mrs. Cullum. Thank you for tuning in. Tell Ed we said hi.
I'd like to mention we've done this one other time, but the managers for the Wes-Del football team, Kayla Swope, Kayla Bookout, Olivia Davis, Alexis Hart, Savannah McComb, and Alana Stewart. And our videographer is Ben Stoughton. Obviously not a lot of glamour to those manager positions, but those girls do a great job, and Ben does a nice job up there videotaping. So a little shout out to them too.
It takes a whole team in all efforts. And there we finished off that run. Nice little stop there.
Brings up fourth down.
Fourth down with about 6:30 to play in the game.
That looks like they're bringing out their punt team.
We'd love to have a coach up here at some point. We don't know if we'll get one for post game. We would hope to have Coach Early, Coach Knuckles, and Coach Hess at some point up in the booth, but may not happen this week.
I did spend some time with them before the game. I do get down there and spend a lot of time with them, usually while you're setting everything up, but I get a chance to talk to them a little bit before the game. I know that they've got a lot going on after the game, but yeah, we'd love to have them if they ever want to get up here, if they ever can.
And we're running
back and forth a little bit. That's Nate Steele, who's had a couple of nice runs tonight.
We're still waiting.
We've
got about 5:45. We need 2 yards for Will Kelly to reach 1,000. So stay with us, folks.
See if they're
see it all the way through, and let's see if Will can get it. We'll definitely.
He may not be in there.
I don't know if he is or not. I think at this point, you'd like to see.
It might be. I think he's back there.
Yeah, you'd like to see him back there, just because he needs those 2.
It looks like we have maybe Harrison, that quarterback still.
Yeah,
Harrison
I think you're right.
We've got a couple guys banged up, and I'm sure Eric's taking enough hits. Nice pass.
Ball's out. So we'll pass down here to the inside, and that's number 13, I believe. That's Trey Adams.
Well, nice catch for the freshman there. No, I'm pretty sure that was 13. I'm pretty sure that was Trey.
Trey Adams.
AJ will let me know. We've been joking about that back and forth when I missed him a couple times.
Well, I just appreciate him watching. I like that all the boys go back and watch. We give a shout out to all of you. Proud of all of you. And there's the handoff.
Handoff for Will. It's going to be close here.
It is going to be close. Let's see how many they mark him on. Maybe 1. Yeah, I think they're going to
still going to be a yard short.
Going to be a yard short, folks. So he's sitting unofficially at 999 yards. The junior waiting to get across 1,000. Let's see if they give it to him here. See if he can get it. 4:06 left in the. So we're looking at this. As you said, Pittsford is the quarterback at this time. Ball's away. And that is deflected.
That should be an incomplete pass.
And it will be an incomplete pass.
Fourth down.
Bringing up fourth down. And you hate to see it, but if we kick here and we may not get it back, he may sit another week with 1 yard to go. But if we go for it, I don't know. You're awful deep if you go for it.
Yeah, we'll go for it. 3 minutes to go. Let's go for it.
I say give it to him. Let him have it. See what he can do. Adams in motion. The ball's away. Pittsford's going to pass.
That's Nate Steele. Oh.
And just outside of his reach.
Not a bad pass. Nate was going to get it, or no one was going to get it.
Yep. Good pass from Harrison. He's got a good arm. There's no doubt about that. So the ball was turned over to Monroe Central with 2:53 as the clock continues to tick. And I don't know if they may just May just run it down here.
Yeah, well, with the running clock like this, they could actually probably go to victory formation here, but and let's see what they do. It looks like they may do that or just give it right up the gut.
I think we called a timeout.
We called a timeout. We didn't have enough guys on the field.
Yep.
We're missing a couple guys.
We did call a timeout there. So the timeout is Wes-Del, and we're going to take a quick 30-second timeout and be back with you here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back here, and want to give a big thank you to Jason Adams. I saw in the chat that he said our play-by-play is good stuff, so we appreciate that.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that. Try to do our best that we can. We're definitely not professionals by any means, but we try to give you the best viewing opportunity we can of these events from your home. So, Jason, thank you. Hope that Clay's doing well this year. No, he just graduated, and so I want to say.
Yeah, he's here.
Is he here?
Yeah, I saw him earlier. He was
right.
walking up the stairs. I said hi to him, wearing his Taylor gear.
Awesome. Going to Taylor University.
I'm not sure if Taylor's allowed to play right now.
I don't think they're
not.
playing right now. I'm not sure. Anyway, thank you, Jason. It's great to hear from you. Thank you to everybody that was in the chat tonight. Sorry if we missed anybody. The clock's running down on us pretty quick here if we get a chance. In the postgame, we'll say something, but appreciate everybody viewing the game, sticking with us down to 2 minutes in this running clock as Monroe Central really just kind of runs this one out, I think. And nice tackle there in the backfield. I can't see who that was. That is Avery Carmen.
Carmen making another tackle. You know, another guy that we've had that's pretty banged up tonight is Jesus Cardoza. He's been battling a shoulder injury, so I think his snaps were limited tonight.
Yeah.
And he obviously we've said his name quite a bit this year, so another guy that we count on that is out. And you know, Tony's got, like we said, Tony Cox has got his hands full trying to get these guys healthy. Let's hope we can get healthy. We're back home again next week for senior night.
Yep.
So.
Well, hosting Charles Tinley. And a nice tackle there. And will be fourth down as the clock's going to run over about a minute.
Fourth down, I would imagine they'll still punt.
And it looks like they're going to, so.
Probably the right thing to do. Punt or take a knee.
About 52 seconds left.
Oh, they're going to try a long field goal. Let this kid try.
Wow.
It's kind of interesting to see because he's got a nice leg. Give him a shot here.
So we are going to try to give you an angle of this.
Oh.
No good.
Just to
short.
the left.
Yeah,
just to the left there. I don't know if anybody got a piece of it. Mason Cox or Eric Lehman almost got a piece of it, he felt like there.
Well, I will say this, and doesn't look like the clock's going to.
I don't know if we'll even try to run another play.
I don't think we will.
I thought it stopped on change of possession, but apparently it doesn't.
Look like it does.
And it looks like we're just going to let that time run out.
So unofficially, unless we hear different, folks, we have Will Kelly at 999 yards, somewhere in that range, 998, 999. So it'll be next week where he will reach up over 1,000. But that's where it ends tonight. It's going to be.
Well, you have to tune in early to us next week.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine the way Will runs that'll be an awful quick one. So.
Yeah. As we take a look there at the teams waving and saying goodbye. Good fight there by, and you see Coach Hostetler and Coach Hess meeting there. When you're conference opponents, sectional opponents, you see each other a lot, and you gain a great deal of respect for each other in your programs. Both of you are going through the same thing. I mean, whether you're having a winning season or losing season, building a program and continuing that program, it's all the same. You know how that is.
Whether you're having a good season or bad season, you've been on the other side.
Yeah.
At some point in a coaching career, you've been one of those places. You've been the year where you were the team that everyone was trying to beat and had a really good year. you've been the team that is struggling a little bit. So as a coach, you kind of know how that is and how that's going. And so those guys, I know they've known each other. Obviously played each other quite a bit, know each other, and so a lot of respect for both coaching staffs. I'm sure it goes both ways there. And so now coaches are going to get together here and talk for a few minutes, and then go address the team and get ready for next week, which are last home game.
Yep, and we're going to take about a 30-second break, collect ourselves, get some idea of the recap, and be back here in 30 seconds with game recap and post game on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network for the post-game show. And a quick post-game. We're not going to rehash it too much, Coach. I think you and I talked about that. Not really a whole reason to rehash the game on our side of things. Obviously, turnovers continues to be the story of the year for us, as I think we had at least 4 tonight, 3 interceptions, and I think a fumble. And I think that we're up around 18 on the year. So that seems to be a focus, something we got to do, and you've been there before. Sometimes as a coach, you're preaching it, but you can't go out there and play the game for them, and it's just we got to clean some things up.
Yeah, we've got to execute a little better. We got to take care of the ball, and those aren't things that we haven't already said this year, so Coach will be preaching that. But I like I told you, I saw a little bit of practice this week, so I know the coaches had a lot of energy. I know the coaches were ready to have the team ready to go, and I know that we were preparing the right way. You hate to think of some of those injuries are piling up a little bit on us, and we need to get some guys back and get some guys healthy. We didn't mention Eli Schlenker, who was out again and struggling with that. He's another lineman that we count on. And what that does is it limits the amount of breaks you can give guys. So guys are playing both ways and playing the whole game, and it just makes for a long night. It makes for just a lot of wear and tear. That's just a tough way to have to go. But the key is, we've talked about before. Nobody's going to feel sorry for us. We have to take care of the ball. We cannot be our own worst enemy. We have to make the plays. And I thought early in the game we found some stuff that was working for us. We have to continue to stay with the game plan, and when things aren't always going great, we have to have that energy that we talked about, and I'm still searching for that, and I know Coach is too, and I know that, over the course of a year, it could be a long season, and things can start to pile up on you, but you really got to have those guys that will be some of those leaders for you and can continue to get some of that energy for you, and like we've said before, that energy can come from anybody. We don't care who that energy comes from. We need some energy. So we're still looking for some of those guys, and I'd love to see that step up. And, when the coaches have to bring the energy to practice every day and have to bring the energy on the sidelines, then that can be tough. Let's go regroup. Let's get ready, and then a game next week that I think will be with the right game plan that we can be right there and ready to play. And if you can't get fired up for senior night, whether you're a senior or not. You want to fight. If you're not a senior, you want to fight for the guys that are. And if you are a senior, then you know how much that means to you to possibly have your, whatever happens with the sectional draw, to possibly be playing your last game on your home field.
Yep. And speaking of next week, Tinley comes to town for senior night. Charles Tinley making their way up here. They are 1-3 on the year going into things, and it might be a good matchup for us right now. They are averaging just about 73 passing yards a game. They've got 295 yards overall. Rushing-wise, they are averaging about 96 rushing yards a game. They have 387 overall right now in the 4 games that they've played. Total yards then is about 682. So it could be a good matchup for us. Could be a good game for us going into senior night. You always want to win on senior night. You want to have an opponent that you definitely can compete with. And I'm not trying to downplay us in any way, but we've had some tough, stiff competition. And we talked about that in the pregame.
Yep.
And some of these teams that are now ranked and some of these teams that we've had to play in the last 3 to 4 weeks. And getting a team like Tinley in here, they're going to be quick. I can tell you that.
Yes.
We've had them here before. We've played them for the last few years. They've always come with a quick team. They can make some big plays happen. We saw big plays tonight, but you and I have been here for the Tinley games in the past. And, I know one of the first times we brought Tinley to town, they brought the first or second kickoff all the way back. And so they're going to have some things. It's going to be a different I think they're going to be really strong at skilled positions. They may not be as strong up front as a Monroe Central or a Shenandoah is, but we definitely have to be ready for them next week.
Yeah, and if you remember, they beat us last year. They came in here. The good news is that one of those two guys, and I think it was the running back that was so fast, graduated.
Yes.
Bad news is I think the quarterback that they had is back. Now, they threw it quite a bit to that running back.
Yes.
So
was that the game that was back and forth?
Yeah, we just throwing it all over the place, both teams.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch, and it should be a fun game to watch. So, but I'll tell you that we better be ready to play, and I think we will be. And I know our coaches will prepare that way, and they'll see us on film. We'll get the film going tomorrow. We'll see what we feel like we can do and take advantage of. But it's just one of those things where we have to execute a little bit better. But I'm excited for the kids for senior night next week. It's always a special night. It's a emotional night. You don't really. I tell all of our players in basketball, you don't understand what senior night is until you're a senior, really. Mm-hmm. And you don't. Just
a lot of times it doesn't hit you until senior night.
And then a lot of times it doesn't hit you as a parent. No. I went through that last year. It doesn't hit you as a parent that senior night until that's your senior year until you go through a senior night. And so it's a big night for those guys. Let's hope we prepare well, and I think we will. Let's hope that we come out ready to play, and I think we will. And let's go out next week and get a win on senior night. Now, you and I have talked about this, and maybe you were going to mention this. I don't want to step on your toes if you were, but we will try to come on a little early next week for senior night, for the senior night festivities. So that
we'll actually try to stream it as best we can from up here in the booth of the senior night festivities that usually happen down in front on the track here with the parents and the seniors. We'll try to televise that, and
And we know that there's a lot of, and I've heard this, and we love it. There's a lot of grandparents that are out there that can't make it, or out of state, or somewhere that can't get to every game, or can't get to any of them, or can't get to especially a special night like senior night. So we'll make sure that we let that be known, and we'll have that tweeted out and what all that social media stuff is, and we'll get that out, and that way that anybody that's not able to come can at least see, and we can maybe try to make that a little bit of a special night for them too.
And next week we will hope to have we've had the Wes-Del TV class, and the Wes-Del media class has put together some promotional videos for some of our sports, and especially our seniors. I want to thank Mr. Romine for that, as I know he's trying to finish up a volleyball one too. We're going to try to make sure we have those together for you for cross country. I know football and I know volleyball, and we'll try to have all those so you can view those next week also. So it'll be a little longer of a stream next week with the senior events. Tune in early if you want to see senior night and you're not able to. We'll probably get out of the way broadcast-wise and just let the PA announcer take over, and we'll video as they do the senior night and all the festivities. So as Coach said, we'll try to be up here a little earlier. I would assume that we might be on the air by 6 o'clock.
And we might be.
and doing some things. So just be looking for the YouTube to be sent out. You can always jump on the YouTube channel and go from there and kind of see if we're setting that up. I see Coach Hess down there. I don't
Not
know
sure
if
he
he's
wants to talk to us or
going to
not.
come up here or not. He might.
I know he may be.
The radio's next to us.
Yeah, he may have obligations to the radio,
Yeah.
and so
So
if he wants to come up, we can wait here another second or two. and
just
see.
check out if he's coming this way.
Yeah,
So.
I know he's coming up, but he may have obligations to the radio. We love when we can get any kind of media to come to us.
Yeah.
But we don't love it as much as we love our broadcast.
Oh,
but
no.
we love that when we
Most
can
of
get
the people want to hear us anyway.
whenever we can get somebody to come cover us. We love that. So we're going to see here if
He's just now coming into the press box, but we don't know if he's coming into our booth.
Yeah.
So we'll give you just a second, folks, so maybe you have a chance to hear. And while I'm doing that, I'll jump in the chat and see if there's anybody we've missed. And I think we've got mostly everybody in there. I wanted to say hi to. We mentioned most of them, at least from what I can see. It may not have refreshed in time. So I think Coach is actually going to be talking to the radio coach. So I think that might be it for us tonight. So we want to thank you. The Harvest Helmet Classic, the annual Harvest Helmet Classic, the rivalry between Monroe Central and Wes-Del. The helmet stays at Monroe Central for another year. Hopefully we can bring it back home next year. We will be back on the air around between 6 and 6:15 next week to get prepared for senior night as we host Tindley here at Paul Parker Field. Coach, on your behalf, I'm the superintendent. It's been great being with you tonight, Warrior fans. We'll see you next week on the Wes-Del Sports Network.